NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
15 years ago, a young boy found a Naruto volume on his older cousin's, bookshelf, and then he read it. Flash forward to when he was 12, and a traumatic experience that I haven't shared on the podcast yet made me not watch Naruto for, until I was 17. Then I did again, and I liked it, so when I came to college, I started a podcast. This is NaruTalk.
Wow.
Do you do that every time, and
Yes.
I just have been missing it?
That's been the intro every time. Exactly that, word for word. Join Liam, Morgan, Katie, and Raj as they watch that show that I was talking about earlier and talk about it.
That is the perfect way to to level our names in that order.
What did I say?
Liam, Morgan, Katie, and Raj. It's like
That's how
It
it,
has such a nice ring to it.
it does.
that was,
Yeah.
that's how it's written in the outline of the order I should go in.
It's just like that legendary, like you say Drake and Josh, right? You
not
say Josh and Drake.
But what if the show was actually Josh and Drake, and then you just heard that for years and years and years, and then Drake and
then
Josh
we'd accept
sounded
it.
wrong? Exactly.
Well, maybe, but I don't know, because, I bet that they focus tested Drake and Josh,
No,
you know
definitely
what I mean?
they did.
So, I bet even if we had heard Josh and Drake all this time, someone would say, what about Drake and Josh? And we'd be like,
Did you know that their names weren't originally Drake and Josh?
what were they? Wait, isn't their names Drake and Josh?
Yeah.
Yes,
She
but,
said their names
No,
weren't
no,
original.
I know, but aren't the actors' names
Yeah.
Drake and Josh?
Oh.
No, they were gonna call it. I know this. They're gonna call it Morgan and Liam. It's gonna be a great show about two wonderful people in a house, right? And they have a wacky monkey named Katie, right?
Monkey?
Raj, you just stole mine because I was gonna say something completely outrageous, and Liam was gonna go, "Really?" And I was gonna be like, "No."
That was pretty outrageous.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, that's accurate for the
Yeah.
Drake and Josh. I don't know if it's the movie or our Christmas special, but they
It crosses over.
No, the FBI agent who was tailing them down for tax fraud, they stopped him by giving him a monkey. The tax fraud thing might not be real, but the monkey
The rest
part
is
is
true.
real.
What was that? What's that iCarly episode that you always say is real, but I don't believe you?
It is. Okay, so there was an iCarly episode where Sam and Carly, they have a dispute because one of them likes Radiohead more than Coldplay, and the other one likes Coldplay more than Radiohead.
Sounds definitively fake.
No, keep talking.
Real. No, it's genuinely
Tell me more things.
It gets to the point where they start fighting, they break up, and at some point Carly's dangling from that thing you wash windows on, and Sam saves her.
That happened.
I remember that.
Okay.
I don't remember the fight.
I don't know if it was about Coldplay and Radiohead,
Yeah,
but
That all
It's
sounds
real.
ridiculous to me.
It's
No, the hanging from
real.
the fire escape.
If
yeah,
you agree
because
that there
she's
were...
on it and then she falls off and then
Wait,
it drops.
To be fair, okay, you know what?
Did you make it up, Raj?
No. The iCarly thing with Radiohead and Coldplay is real. Yes. That other part where she's dangling might not have been.
You made that part up.
Later.
That was the outrageous part, and then they...
No, that part.
No, that
That's
part
what
did
they
That part
happen.
happened.
That
It just
happened.
might have been a different episode that he's remembering.
Might have been a
pretending
different
that it was-
episode.
Okay.
Because they do break up a lot more now, I think. But the 100%, the Coldplay and Radiohead episode is real.
Yeah.
It happened.
That's so weird.
I wouldn't have, because I didn't listen to Radiohead at all back then.
Well, sure.
I didn't know they existed. So the first time I heard about them was on iCarly.
Hearing Coldplay and Radiohead so close to each other just made me think Nickelback. And until this moment, I thought that you had said there was an iCarly episode about Nickelback.
No, but there's one about the what were they called? The Plain White Tees?
Oh, yeah.
They had this one really banging song.
Yeah.
Oh, One Direction was on iCarly too, right?
Really?
That's
When
crazy.
was iCarly on TV? Just all of us growing up?
Yeah, all in middle
One
school.
Direction started in 2010.
Is it real? Did you find
One
out?
Direction?
I have
No, it's
no
fake.
definitive proof that happened.
I no, it's
Yeah,
real.
well, no, we've searched for it.
But
Dan
but-
Schneider,
but-
you
but-
piece of shit. Let me know.
Yeah.
Come find me and tell me. Well, don't find me. Don't touch my feet, you weirdo. But but fully, if you could tell me it was real, or Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda
Nah.
Cosgrove is way more likely to hit us
Who's
up than Dan Schneider.
who
Yeah.
who played
What-
Sam? Fucking
Jesse McCartney?
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Jesse McCartney
Jesse
is
McCartney's
a
a man.
singer.
Yeah.
Who played Sam? It was fucking
Jeanette
McCurdy.
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah.
Close.
I'd have Jeanette McCurdy
Close.
hit me
Jesse
up.
McCartney and
And
Jeanette
Jeanette
McCurdy
McCurdy.
is
They also look very similar, question mark. I don't really know.
I don't know what either of them.
Justin Cronin became like
Doesn't mean they
my
can't look similar.
favorite
That's true.
artist for a hot minute, only because he had this godly feature on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He was on it. Yeah, dude, he sings a song just like, oh, this is nice.
Sweet Life on deck changed my life.
The opening song when they say, "So let's head out to sea," blew my fucking mind. Right?
Just the idea of going to the ocean.
No, because they go, "Let's head out to see what this world has for you and for me now." It's a double entendre.
That is pretty good.
Like,
That's good.
That blew my
I forgot the
fucking
next
mind.
line, so you were like, I was just
Right.
yeah,
I was
he's
like,
just
yeah,
really
I mean, boats
excited
are
about
solid.
the ocean.
Like, I like it.
I like boats.
Boats are solid.
I
Boats
think
excited about the ocean.
Hot take, boats are cool.
It's true. Episode 32. So, what's up? Raj has a contest. We're going to announce the winners for that in 3 eps. But it's too late to enter now for you. Because,
We're in the future.
Wait,
we're
we're on
stuck in the
episode
future.
32 of the podcast?
yes, we're on episode 32 now. But by next Sunday, we will have recorded episode 35.
Yeah, but like,
And so...
we're on episode 32 of the podcast.
Yeah, I still haven't planned out to episode 100, but I
We
would
only missed
like...
8, right? Or
Yeah.
7?
7.
So we've done so many.
That's
No,
so
it's-
many.
You guys have done
it's-
more,
I've spent
but we've
so
done
many hours with you three.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
I think we'll be fine up to 100. It's like the next holiday specials that like, how do we beat Christmas again? We can't rhyme it.
Hanukkah?
I think... Yeah,
We
we're
do a
gonna
Hanukkah special.
8 nights of NaruTalk.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be so fun if we
That
recorded
sounds-
a little bit of it every night.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wait, that's fine.
What?
For some reason, that meant 8 days straight of this. I was gonna say that sounds miserable.
No.
That
no.
sounds incredible.
Like,
Sounds
I
no.
would die.
Give me a shot.
No, thank you.
We could do one. I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna plan our Hanukkah special now. Anyways, in case you didn't get it from that opening, basically every week Morgan and Katie don't really know Naruto that well. I mean,
Except
they do
now we do.
yeah. But they didn't. It's their first time watching through the show,
Yeah.
and Raj and I are at least familiar with the tropes and the spoilers.
Yes.
And so every week we watch 2 to 4 episodes of Naruto, and we talk about them. You get a little first-timers perspective. You get a little big-time weebos perspective.
I was gonna say Big Time Rush. I don't know. We were on that
Yeah,
wave.
we were on
I just
the-
thought it was going
Well,
there.
you at home listening get a big-time rush from listening to us big-time gush
Yeah.
about
No,
Naruto.
no,
That show was great.
Stop rhyming.
Big Time
you're,
Rush
you're on Christmas mode.
holds up 100%.
Big-time rush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't gone
like,
back to it.
Like
Me either.
great like pop music in general.
Mhm.
Like top 3 boy
Gustavo
bands.
Rock, solid.
I feel like most corporately made boy band music is kind of great.
Yeah.
I mean it's fully like based on science. They make science music.
Yeah.
I like science.
I love science music. Anyways, this week the episodes that we watched of Naruto were 86, 87, and 88, entirely devoted to Naruto's training, which makes it a very easy little log line to have. So, without any further ado, let's NaruTalk about it. I coughed up today. I was coughing, and I coughed up blood.
Ew.
What?
First of all,
Are we recording right now?
yeah, we're always
Okay,
Go
good.
to-
I just wanted to make sure.
Go get
Sorry, I
help.
dropped my keys, but I was scooching towards Morgan, so I don't catch whatever Liam
scooching
does.
and dropping and
Yeah, I made a lot of noise.
Katie.
I was crunching
We're in
also.
such close proximity for so long.
I know.
And I've been coughing for like
Wait, that's
2
so
months.
scary.
And I
We've
always
shared
sit
2
closer to
lollipops in
Morgan.
the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sitting closer to me isn't
But the
gonna
thing
help
is-
you at
but
all.
the
Also,
thing
I
is,
live with you, though.
It
so,
isn't like it
whatever
isn't
you
like
have.
I like had a little cough and I like was like, oh, that's a little bit of blood. You know what I mean? It was more like I've been coughing nonstop for like
So
3
you
months, and I
got-
think my lungs are starting to tear apart.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Maybe next time finish your fucking antibiotics.
I
Yeah.
think this is unrelated.
No,
No.
it's related.
No.
Totally. Go
Liam,
get
Considering it
help.
hasn't
No.
ended, it's got to be related.
This feels different though. My teeth
You
don't hurt
feel
anymore.
different.
Fair enough.
If you cough up blood on this podcast.
I know, right? That'd be, but it would be on theme though. Everyone loves coughing up blood in Naruto.
No, they like seeing it in Naruto, not seeing like their favorite podcast host die
On air.
I'm gonna take a video, and if you die on air, then we'll.
No, the
Send it
worst thing
out.
is if we miss the video. You know,
If I die on air and you
like
and you happen
sudden.
to not
What
be
if you're
feeling
like
it?
mid sentence? You're like Jiraiya was being creepy.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I just
just
die.
die.
You underestimate how fast I am to pull out a camera.
What a waste. Well, you
Yeah, she's
underestimate
a
how
photography
quickly I can
major.
die.
Liam,
Any second.
we've shared 2 lollipops, so we're connected at the soul now.
Mhm.
So that means I will know ahead of time.
The other night, we were outside of somebody's apartment, right? And I was smoking a cigarette, and Morgan came over and was like, hey, here's a lollipop. And so I was like alternating between a lollipop and a cigarette.
That's how you do it.
It was perfect. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of nicotine.
Yeah.
It's all anybody wants.
Cigarettes are so gross now.
Yeah.
They're like
It's a little bit of tit, a little bit of tat. I think
So you
they're
gotta stop
good.
saying that.
I think if you're really drunk and like you need something to like snap you back into it, a cigarette will do the trick.
See, that's
But
why I had the
garage.
lollipop.
No, it's. I mean,
No, it didn't help.
I'm not gonna like. I want to say garage because it doesn't. It's not. I'm not gonna stop. But like, also I fully
It's
like.
a step.
It's not even like I don't smoke cigarettes. People just kind of put the like as of recently they just put them in my mouth. I'm just like,
Why
well,
does that mean lollipop?
I don't know. I like smoking things unconsciously and then just being like, okay, let's not think about it. But they're gross. They're
But, like,
disgusting.
Admitting that they're gross, that's a step.
Yeah, no, they're fucking
Right? That's
nasty.
something,
The idea
maybe.
just
Crazy
like
art.
pain. It's all just. It's so much.
Well, when I was in the Midwest, my family chain smokes out there, which is like several packs in the space of an hour. Like, that's a lot of cigarettes. One would even say too many cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they all look like their skin is melting off of their body. Like, it's crazy. Like, they look like cigarettes.
Cigarette people.
Yeah.
Or they just like, oh, they have like, yeah, like melting
Yeah.
face.
They
I
wake
did
up.
not know that was what chain smoking meant. I've
Yeah.
definitely heard that term, but I had
Chain
no
smoke,
idea
it's
what it
like
meant.
when
So you just
you're-
don't stop
you're,
smoking
like you have a
cigarettes.
lit cigarette and then you light the next cigarette with the lit cigarette.
Oh, I've heard
Wait,
of
like
chain
two
smokers.
cigarettes
I
in
just
your
didn't
mouth
know
at the
what it
same
was.
time?
The only
No,
benefit
so
to
like you
chain
have a butt,
smoking, I
and
think.
it's about to be over, and then you light the next one, put it in your mouth, and put out the butt.
Oh.
No, but the only benefit to chain smoking is when you don't chain smoke and you're next to someone who chain smokes, so you always do smoke, but you end up chain smoking. But you're not chain smoking. You're kind of like, you know, like when you wear like a chain, there's always like a smaller bit to like connect. I'm the smaller bit of the chain.
You're
to
like
connect.
the little clippy necklace part.
You're a jump
Exactly.
ring.
I'm
Yeah.
the bridge between
Like
chain smoking a cigarette and splitting a cigarette with a friend.
this part.
Yes, exactly, like that necklace that you're wearing on your neck.
Neck.
This is a weird energy that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm sick and I'm dying and
Yeah.
spring is fucking terrible and everyone's like,
It's not even
oh
spring yet.
man, I love spring.
It's
no,
not spring. That's the
spring's
worst part.
stupid. Spring is so
I guess
lame.
at least it's March now. What was really fucking with me was when
God,
we were
it's
having
March.
this kind of weather in early February.
Yeah, I don't know. On one hand, I want to be like, oh, you know, global warming is real and it sucks. But also, like, oh man, I kind of like having not cold weather.
Yeah.
But spring is not. Spring doesn't mean not cold weather. Spring means annoying vibrancy, stupid, dumb fucking pollen that's flying fucking
Are
everywhere.
you really allergic to pollen?
I'm
Stupid
so
allergic.
allergic to pollen.
Do you know what I hate the most about allergies?
What?
It's because for me, what happens is my eyes get irritated and I wake up with an insane amount of eye boogers, right? And they,
Fuck eye boogers.
Yeah, they're gross.
Yo, when I had that when my cold was really bad, I fucking woke up and my whole eyes would be swollen shut.
Like shut
With,
with
like-
eye boogers.
Like eye boogers that I have to like chip away at.
But here's
That's not how
like
you
what
do
that
it,
like
buddy.
sucks, right? But that happens to me every year. What's worse is that I kind of missed that huge gap I had before spring was coming to find a girlfriend. So like when I have eye boogers and she sees me when
She
they
can just
wake
lick
up,
them away.
no, but it would be like that's I hated that.
Can we leave?
But they're just
God.
like, oh, you know what? I'm committed.
Katie.
Eye boogers or
Katie.
not, I'm committed. But now that I'm still single, if I have eye boogers, if I wake up next to them, they're like, oh god, this is
We got eye
gross.
boogies.
I'm an eye boogie guy now.
Yeah.
See, I like allergies because I feel like it's clearing out my system from all of my leftover germs from winter, and then once I like sneeze it all out, then I'm fine.
I just want someone to airdrop me Benadryl.
Yeah.
fuck, what's that shit? Allegra?
I do Claritin.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, Allegra might be great. Claritin sucks.
I love
Claritin
Claritin.
stopped working for me like year 2, and that is ass. Fuck Claritin. I
See,
took
that
3 of you.
sucks.
I took 3 Claritin and it sped my heart up to like
Well,
an
because
insane
you're not
amount.
supposed to take 3
I
Claritin.
know, that's what my English
But if
teacher
it
told me in
wasn't-
8th grade, and I was like, and then she's like, why would you do that? I'm just like, I don't know.
It's
I
the
wa-
new Adderall.
It's the new Adderall.
I can breathe out of my nose so well.
We really do take for granted breathing out of our nose.
Oh, do we ever?
Dude, once we lose the one
Yeah.
nostril, it's oh my god.
Is there a reason you're making a candy corn sculpture?
I'm making a shark.
Katie, honest question right
Yeah.
now. Do I have to take away this candy corn for you to focus on this podcast?
No, I just don't have allergies,
Can I see
so
it?
I don't really
Can I
have a
see
whole
it?
lot to add
No,
to this right now. It's
this
a
is-
little shark I made out of candy
That
corn.
is amazing. Katie, your creativity knows no bounds. Even in candy corn, you learn to create. That
I don't
is
know why.
insane.
I don't know why I really just kind of expected him to put it in his mouth.
Even in candy corn, you learn to create.
That is insane, like craftsmanship, right there.
I see a spaceship personally.
It could be a
Sure.
spaceship. I think it's like a space
Shark.
fish.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
woo in space. Oh, there's stars around me. I can't breathe. You know, because it's like a helmet.
Right. Just a dead fish
thanks.
floating in the endless abyss.
You should put that somewhere in your room.
Hang it up. Hang it from the
I'm
ceiling.
gonna veto that.
Okay.
Get a bunch of wires in the
Because ants exist and it's getting
Yeah.
warmer, so I prefer to not have little bugs crawling around our room.
Little
Just all
bugs.
over the little fish.
That's been happening to me in my dreams lately. I'll be like reading a book in my dream, and then a little tiny spider will climb on my finger, and that's the whole dream. Like that's not even anything, you know? I'll just be looking at my hand, and I'll see a little spider, and then I'll wake
me.
up. That's so weird,
I'm the
right?
little spider.
No, I don't know what it represents, but
Me.
you think it represents you?
You know how in SpongeBob he climbs into people's dreams?
Personally,
I climb
no?
into your dreams and I am a spider.
Is that what SpongeBob's about?
No, just one
That's
episode.
a great episode. It is fucking terrifying when that happens.
What are we doing here?
Spongeception. We're talking
We
about
should talk
Naruto.
about Naruto.
We already started.
Episode 86.
I think that's what you said before.
Yes, it is. We open with Guy, and he's splitting off from Naruto and Jiraiya. He's carrying this still unconscious Sasuke on his back with him. Naruto is like, hey, we're gonna bring Tsunade back to the village. It's gonna be great. It's all gonna fucking get figured out. And Guy is like, oh, I'm impressed by your guts. Why don't you take this? And he reaches into his fucking bag and he pulls out a full body green leotard, like exactly the kind of shit that he and Lee wear.
Loved it so much.
So weird.
For me, it's one of those things where it's like we never really see Guy interact with Kakashi's squad.
I know. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
he's kind of like a distant uncle.
Yeah.
And he acts like one too.
And it's like if you went to a family gathering and your uncle brought you a skin-tight green leotard.
But there's always that one uncle who is just so cool. He just he's with the kids. He's for the youth.
Do I look cool?
But Naruto was so excited about it
Well,
too. Like,
I wonder
he
what-
loved the leotard.
Well, because first of all, Naruto looks up to Lee, like
Yeah.
hella.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what that squad thinks of
Well,
Guy.
I mean, now
'Cause
he
is
looks
just,
down
like,
on Lee because he's in a hospital bed. He's
true.
like down there.
But now he's like trying to prove to Lee that he's still out here.
No, because Naruto's standing over him. He's in a bed. He can't look up to him when he's
Well,
down
sure.
there.
Well, yeah, but Naruto's real short. Maybe those beds they crank him up really high. You know?
like a standing desk buffer.
Look, I don't know how things work in the Leaf Village hospitals. They wind up their fucking hourglasses. They put their beds on top of the rooms.
Forgot
I don't know.
about
Yeah. But basically, guys, like, oh, it'll make a huge difference. It'll, while you're training and everything. And he doesn't think that Naruto will ever take it off when he discovers its greatness because he and Lee sleep in it and eat in it and have never taken off their leotards.
I wonder what do they smell like?
What do Guy and Lee smell like?
Yeah.
Determination.
Yeah, determination.
So like,
What does
BO?
determination
Yeah.
sound like? Don't ask. Yeah. Jiraiya has this little line where he's like, I can't believe you carry around an extra leotard and not fucking mirrors. Because if you remember from the last set of episodes, Jiraiya got kicked in the face
yeah.
because Guy tried to reflect something in his
Oh,
fucking
that's
headbands.
what that meant.
I thought
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
saying that he looks like a fucking dumbass in the
d-
leotard.
I just thought he was just like, you're so into yourself.
It is
you
weird
asshole.
that he carries... Like, imagine if you carried around an extra set of your outfit that was exactly the same to hand it out to
Well,
people.
you gotta be prepared.
I think I might start doing that.
You like my sweater? Here you go. Here's my sweater.
You like the sweater? Here's my full ensemble and hair care routine written down. Guy and Sasuke head back to the Leaf, and Jiraiya forbids Naruto from wearing the new fucking outfit because Guy looks like a dumbass, and so would he. Then we cut to Tsunade, Shizune, and their pig, whose name is Tauntaun, just so you guys know, standing outside of the biggest gambling hall in town, much to Shizune's chagrin. And then we cut back to Jiraiya and Naruto. They're pressing on, and Naruto's like, hey, man, why are the Akatsuki after me? So Jiraiya's like, yo, bro, because of the Nine Tails. Use your fucking head. Not because of you. But Naruto, like, I don't know, because Naruto learned during the course of this show, like in episode 1, that he had the Nine Tails in him at all. So he's, like, still kind of struggling to understand what it is and what it means and what it does. So Jiraiya's like, oh, well, throughout the ages, the Nine Tails has appeared at times of great, like, turmoil and strife and consequence. And so, why ever the Akatsuki want it, it's probably to do something on the scale of God and change the world. But still, Jiraiya's like, oh, it's fine. I'll be here to protect you. And Naruto's like, yeah, and then I'm going to train and we're going to find Tsunade and Sasuke's going to be okay and it's all going to be good.
I feel like it's so stressful that he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here to protect you because like all these guys are after you, and then he like leaves him alone for 3 episodes.
He leaves him alone constantly.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that the last time he left him alone, he got attacked by Itachi and a shark man.
Exactly.
It's absurd
just
how
leaves him
often
alone in
he
the
leaves
woods.
Exactly, I know. So at the gambling hall, Shizune panics about the steep, because there's like a really steep minimum bet there, and Tsunade's like, no, it'll be fine, and they head inside. So then we go back to Naruto and Jiraiya, and he's like, yo, so we were looking for this beautiful lady, right? Is she... I think that he asks at this point if Tsunade is the healer they're looking for. Because for us, we saw that they're looking for a 5th Hokage. But Naruto doesn't know that.
Yeah.
He just knows that they were looking for a beautiful lady, and that Jiraiya said that he would train Naruto if he came. And then he knows they're looking for a healer to help out Sasuke.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jiraiya's like, oh, she's as old as me. And Naruto's like, ew, old lady's gross.
She's ancient.
Yeah.
That's so
now we know
crazy.
he's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a good even number. I love it. So at the gambling hall, Tsunade lays down all of her money, that entire fucking huge briefcase, in front of this board of people that recognize her. And like at the same time as they're like, oh, I know this lady. She's, and then Jiraiya's like, oh, you'll know Tsunade. She's known by the name of the legendary sucker.
They really set up that joke. It's like the legendary,
so
and
long.
then they give you a lot of pause.
It's like legendary.
And then there's like a bunch of shit happens, and they're just like legendary sucker,
Yeah.
which is so funny. I feel like when it comes to the 3 legendary Sani, right? You have Jiraiya, you got Tsunade, and you got Orochimaru.
You do.
I feel like Orochimaru is the only one who seems to be not kind of batshit in his own way.
He's also kind of batshit. I think they're
No,
all
he's
batshit.
batshit, but like, because he has his reasons to be batshit. But Jiraiya is just fucking weird, and Tsunade is like. Just,
Okay, but
A bold stance on the terrorist.
No, I'm not trying to be an Orochimaru apologist. I'm just saying that like, they're fucking dumb. Tsunade, like, why do they have all their quirks?
But maybe Jiraiya has like some weird childhood trauma that makes him like constantly need to
I'm
like.
sure his relationship with his mom is really messed up.
All of
You
their
would
childhood
know.
trauma. All their childhood trauma is he just lived like Naruto's life.
You know what? I'm thinking about it now, and I feel like what you said is actually not crazy, but maybe that's just the show being like, yo, legends are probably fucked up in the real world.
They're batshit.
Yeah, like how everyone famous in our real world is a pedophile, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Jiraiya and Tsunade and Orochimaru are all like pretty batshit, but Orochimaru's just like radicalized batshit. You know? So like, I mean, he's fucked.
Yeah.
He's terrible. But Jiraiya and Tsunade have their weird quirks.
Yeah.
And
A gambling addiction is an interesting to introduce.
very
It is.
real. That's crazy.
To a
that-
kid's show.
Kid's show.
Yeah,
But
right.
no, it's kind of like really good.
Yeah.
Because it shows that like I got into gambling. Like
Yeah, sure.
Because of fucking
Because of Naruto.
100%. Actually, CS:GO skin betting.
It
Right.
is
It became-
a sex addict, a gambling addict, and Orochimaru.
And I'm for those
Like,
things. So
that's
basically,
kinda-
it's just.
Wait.
Katie said 3 things.
You said I'm all for those things.
No, he didn't say
no.
all
No,
4.
he said,
I'm
"I'm
for,
for."
as if he was selecting a few. But there were only 3 things.
What matters is
So you're a sex addict, a gambling addict, and a Orochimaru. But 1, you cannot be a Orochimaru because you're Raj. 2,
I don't think you're gambling or a sex addict.
you're not.
And
well,
also, there's no fourth thing.
Well, yeah,
still.
that's true too. Yeah.
that's to be shown.
But you were saying.
Oh, what was I saying? Well, the 4th thing I was gonna say, I guess, is I don't really remember what I was gonna say, but I don't know.
True that. Ain't
Alright.
that just the way? So, even though Tsunade is like 50 and Naruto's like, damn, a 50-year-old woman, like, can't get work in Hollywood. So Jiraiya,
No, Meryl Streep still gets work.
yeah, but just Meryl Streep, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep has a monopoly on the 50-year-old woman game in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Laura Dern too, I guess. Love her.
How old is Laura Dern?
I don't know.
I love all women. Anne Hathaway has such an amazing ethereal presence. Every photo I see of her, it's just such a commanding
princess.
vibe. Like a
would
princess,
say.
like a glowing princess.
Yeah.
She just always seems to be like at the upper echelon of like
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And I love Anne Hathaway.
One time someone said that I look like Anne Hathaway from Les Mis.
And that's why you shaved your head?
Yeah.
Morgan's bald. Confirmed.
I'm so terrified to shave my head.
Yeah.
It's freaking me out.
Do you want me to just do it?
No, I mean there's a time
Right now.
to
No,
do
On
it.
the pod.
He has to do a ritual. There's got to be candles.
Well,
music.
I have candles.
Real
and
radio?
music.
Yeah, I want to make like a really real break. Like 'cause on my Instagram, like my aesthetics aren't to like post videos or like do shit.
Right.
I don't know, but I want to make one really real video where I sit down and I go, guys, I have so many people who know me on this campus only because of my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tested this because when I tie up my hair and you can see my face,
Yeah.
no one says hi to me. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to shave my head. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if no one says hi to me, I'm just going to kill myself.
kill yourself, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm just going to end it. And
Fair enough.
and if any of you assholes don't say hi to me, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And I just got to put that out there.
No,
Yeah.
and now I can isolate this and put it onto a tape, and it'll be like 13 Reasons Why. It'll be beautiful.
Oh my god. Raj, you have a choice. When you shave your head, we will get you a wig, but you have to pick between my hair, Katie's hair, or Liam's hair.
Fuck me. Katie's hair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's just so much I think I could do with it. Just like...
Bro, my hair changes every 10 seconds.
I know, but like...
I am Ramona Flowers. What do you mean?
I just can't...
But if you had a wig of my hair, you could dye it whatever color you wanted because it's pretty light.
It's not, I just
But
like...
that just comes with my hair.
Also, Katie basically
That's
has the
true.
same hair as Raj, so it wouldn't be that much of a difference.
You're right.
Wow,
No, it's
we're
exactly the
identical.
same.
I just think with your hair, I've always wanted to have hair enough where I could tie it into a very, very beautiful, like, bun.
Yeah.
Just, like, so elegantly. Because I see girls doing it all the time where they're just like, all right, bun time. They just, like,
Yeah.
and it's like, how the fuck?
I've never
I
done
had
Joke's
that
on you,
before.
Katie doesn't wear her hair up.
Here's-
I never
You
wear
know,
hair
that's,
up,
you're squandering opportunity that I need
That's
to
what
take.
I'm saying.
Here's a crazy, like, how far we've come since the mid-2000s story. When I was in, like, 2nd or 3rd grade, I had my hair was, like, almost down to my waist because I was growing it out for, like, I don't even think it's cancer or something like that.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. But then it was, like, really in my way all the time because it was so long, right? And so one day I put it up in a ponytail-ish, you know, like I was just tying it up and shit, and I got mercilessly bullied.
Oh, God.
I'm talking because I was a boy with my hair in a ponytail, and it was 2007.
There was some
Wow.
dumb shit. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. There's some dumb shit people got bullied for, like man buns, like a little corny, a little douchey, sure, but like, fuck you. And then girls getting bullied in school for thigh gap, like, what the fuck was that?
Thank you.
That's unreal. That's why would you bully? So they
I got
can't.
bullied
like,
for so much.
like it's.
Do you want to know what I got bullied for?
Sure.
Being tall.
Yeah.
That's
You know, that
can't
thing that I had all of the
control.
control over?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even like, oh yeah, like I did get bullied for having a thigh gap, and I could put on weight even though it's like impossible for me to put on weight.
Yeah.
But literally being tall, do you want me to cut my legs off?
I mean,
Would
like,
that
yeah.
make you happier?
A little. No, I'm just kidding.
I think a good thumb rule. Someone told me about this.
It's
A
rule
good
of thumb,
thumb
just so
rule.
you know. But it doesn't
thumb
matter.
rule.
Keep
Good
going.
thumb rule.
A good set of thumbs to rule by is if you're like staring at someone and there's like a problem they can fix within 30 seconds,
Yeah.
I think it's fine to be like, yo, you have something in your teeth. Hey, your eyebrow is a little. You got a little dust in there. You got some Cheeto Puff dust in
Sure,
your,
sure.
Like, but like if you're like you
Snorting too
don't
much,
go
yeah.
to someone and be like, yo, your nose looks bumpy as fuck, or
Yeah.
like, yo, you're tall as shit. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like I hate that
You
so
know,
much.
I actually agree
Yeah.
that it's okay to point something out if somebody can fix something, but don't ever say something about something that's like out of someone's control.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also, like, there's a very aggressive difference also between being like, oh, you have something in your teeth,
Yeah.
and being like, ah, fucking dumbass, you got food in your teeth. What'd you do? Eat lunch? Ha! like that's
You eat food? Ow.
What a fucking bitch.
It is bullshit though that we have to keep eating food every day.
Oh, it pisses me
that
off.
the fact that we have to shit and then wipe every day. Like I'm tired of
Yo,
waking up
it's
having to
crazy to
shit
me.
every day.
Like, does every motherfucker on earth wipe their ass? Like, because sometimes I take a shit, I wipe my ass, right? And I'm like, this ain't right. This ain't the brand. Like, when I'm out and I'm dancing, I'm not like advertising like, yo, what's up? I put paper up my asshole to make it clean. Like, what the fuck is
no,
that?
like a lot. Like,
And you're telling me that motherfucking like celebrities are out there rubbing paper against their anus? Like, what the fuck is that?
I think America took a big L when we didn't make bidets like normal.
They
There's
should
a
be.
bidet
yeah.
at my house.
What?
Wait a second, we've been to your house so many fucking
I
times.
haven't used your bidet.
I didn't even know there was a
upstairs.
bidet.
I'm
so mad right now.
I'm
Cause
so upset. You're telling me I could have a great time feeling refreshed and clean in my asshole.
Literally,
and you squandered this
literally
for
every
me?
time I've been to your house, I've been like, oh, let me shit before I go, so I don't accidentally, shit
Exactly.
in Katie's house. I have a horrible phobia of clogging up another person's bathroom when I'm
Oh,
at her house.
that's it. It's the
It's
worst feeling in the
terrifying.
world.
But now now I know I could have eaten like 4 servings of Hub Pizza, gone to your house, and taken the most satisfying shit of my life.
And then
Yeah,
come out
now you
clean.
know.
I mean, that's what you gotta do when you need a clean asshole.
Well, my
you gotta
mom needed it
full
for some
send it.
medical thing. I don't really know what was going on, but
Well, the world needs a
doctor
bidet.
like prescribed a bidet.
That's
Well,
awesome.
no shame to however you wipe your ass. I just think.
No, I just like it just blows my mind that that's just like the universal standard. You know what I mean? It's such like a weird.
just
No,
stop.
because the other side of the world,
That's also not an
they
option.
use
Yeah, no.
water in their hand like fully, like
Splash it?
No. It's like I grew up. My parents are like fully like, yo, water in your hand. I'm just like, you're dumb as fuck. Don't do that. But like fully, that's how like a lot of countries work. And like now that I grow up, and I'm like, you know what? Kind of have a point.
Yeah.
Why would I keep wiping forever till I bleed when I could just bidet my asshole?
I just think you're wiping too hard.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro, I got hemorrhoids too.
I don't have hemorrhoids. I feel like I'm like really endorsing. I don't. If you do, I'm sorry. You know what? I hope you're dealing with it the best you can. I don't have them. I might have them in the future, and I'll know your pain. But right now, I just wipe too hard. But I hope you feel better soon. Sometimes.
Yeah. So Tsunade's using a jutsu that's making because it cuts to her and we finally see her face and she's like not 50 looking at all. She's like definitively 20 looking. And
When they showed her forehead with the diamond on it, like they just showed her forehead and it took up the whole screen. I was
Yeah.
like, was that a forehead? They're making fun of Sakura? But then it turns out the diamond was just really small, but
That's
at
funny,
first
though.
my brain was like, what?
Right. Maybe. But no, so she apparently there's also a rumor going around that she's been changing her age between like a teenager to a 40-year-old with jutsu because she owes so much money to people, which makes their search really difficult. Anyway, she's known on skipping out of towns because she's so in debt. And Naruto fears how long it's going to take until Jiraiya is like, but while we're on the road, we're going to be doing nothing but training. So Naruto's like, all right, I'll put on this green leotard and let's get training. And Jiraiya's like, don't, that's weird. And they just keep going. So soon they arrive at this town that's like in a crater kind of, and the whole thing has this massive festival going on inside. And like, it blows Naruto's mind because when he went to the Land of Waves in the first arc, that was the first time he ever left the village. So now he's like in a festival village and like, it's just blowing his freaking mind. Jiraiya's like, yo, remember, leisure is an important part of growth. So, you know, chill, enjoy the festivities. And so Naruto takes out this wallet that's fucking stuffed to the brim. It's this,
It's so cute.
it's a little frog wallet. Yeah. And it's fat as fuck because apparently he's been saving up from every mission since the start of the show.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did that one time he ran up to fucking Sakura?
Yeah.
And Sakura was like, "What do you need, money?"
Yeah.
Does he save everything
Okay.
and then not use anything and
bet
ask
not.
Sakura for
okay,
money?
That's what I do to my parents.
Yeah, right?
I'll text them. I'll be like, yo, surprise textbook fee. I need $40, and then I'll just not spend it.
Yeah.
And I'll just like keep it, and then like a week later, I'll be like, yo, crazy, another textbook, like right now.
Yeah. Well, because I do like the idea of explaining away a line inconsistency and trying to find some logic for it. So, like, I do feel like it is possible that Naruto, growing up on the streets as he did, fighting for everything that he had, really saves away his money, and then for spending money, just bothers Sakura.
Ever since I started watching anime, one of my like big dreams was to always go to like one of those festivals where like they all wear like kimonos and like because like you play Persona, like you know when they go to the festival and they're all having a great time.
Oh yeah.
Or if for the viewers at home, if you've seen Shonen Nozeki-kun or whatever the fuck it's called in English, but it's that great anime about a manga artist and this girl who's into the manga artist, and the last episode they go to a festival and it's all I ever want.
Yeah.
Because it's such a
We kind of have that
aura.
in the U.S., but it's a state fair, and you wear, like, a Confederate flag.
Yeah, I just hate the U.S. variations of... Because, like, the other there's just a more spiritual aspect that I like more than the materialistic aspect that the United States has with, like, a lot of their, like, festivals. It's like, bye, but over there it's like... love and
that is
friendship.
something that I notice when I travel to other countries, like the big difference between the US and everywhere else, because it's kind of similar everywhere because it's all just people everywhere, but the big difference is that if you go somewhere that's older than 200 years old, there's like this deep spiritual significance to places that you can go. And here, like, your best case scenario is like a church that's been here since like the 1700s.
Another anime goal is I want to go to the roof of a high school in Japan somewhere.
Yeah.
Just stand up there.
Oh yeah.
Have like a moment where I'm like eating a sandwich out of my bento box.
Yeah.
And then the protagonist comes and he's like, "Hey, why are you here?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, but suddenly there's an important item that you might need in my pocket.
Right.
Here you go." And then I'll do like a cool anime thing where I wasn't ever really. I'm that weird one-off student in the anime where after he gets the item from me, I jump off the roof.
Right.
And he looks over, and then you don't see me, and then you see me distanced like miles away with a parachute, like screaming something.
Sure.
I feel like that's my character.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen in an anime. But sure.
There's this,
Shit, Raj, you spoiled the next set of Naruto episodes.
For the people at home, there's this one scene that I really want to recreate, alright? The anime Angel Beats, there's a scene where, like, all of them jump out the window, and one of them, like, he does, like, a backflip middle finger thing out, and he, like, flies back. I tried doing that, and I, like, may have given myself several concussions.
What?
Yeah, what? How do you try doing that?
Was what you do. So
Just
you,
jump out. Just jump
so you
out
see
of
the
the
chair I'm on right now, right? So you climb up, and then you know, and
Yeah.
then I guess I have to make a noise. And then, like, my face would hit the ground. But, like, I would keep trying it, you know? But it wouldn't work because I'm not an anime character.
Right.
Oh my god.
But every time he does it, the concussion gets worse. So every time
Do you think it's
he's
the
like, "I'll do
drugs
it
that
again."
melt my brain? No, it's the me trying to become an anime character.
It's
I
true.
want someone to like take that like sound clip of like Raj's bang and like the whatever that was, and then just like animate Raj doing a backflip and that move to it. That would be so cool.
It
That'd
could
be so
happen.
cool.
You never know. So, but in this anime, Jiraiya takes away Naruto's money. This has pissed me off since I was a little kid.
But this shit fucking sucks.
Jiraiya takes Naruto's money and gives him 300 Ryo, and which is like not a lot of money.
I mean, but like, that was weird because, I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's within the set of episodes.
Yeah.
Because they asked for like $100,000.
Yeah.
So,
They said dollars?
They said dollars.
Fuck, I was sort of watching with the closed captioning on, and I must have missed dollars.
No, but the thing is, like,
Did they say dollars?
Yeah, I think they probably did.
No, just specifically that guy says dollars while everyone else says Rio.
Yeah.
So is it like, what's the currency exchange? Because of that, but they don't have 100,000. If 300 is
Yeah.
just enough for like a bunch of games and snacks. That's maybe like 45, 50.
Maybe
at
it's
best.
like 30 Rio.
He got
30
so
bucks.
many snacks.
No, it's
It's
probably
300
okay.
Rio.
So it's probably way more than that. Because if
Yeah.
you've ever been to a festival like that, it's expensive
and
as
he got
shit.
like
That's true.
18 meals.
But mad people were giving him bargains, like that squid guy who was like, take some
We
squid
only
for
have proof of
free.
him though.
That's true.
But that's like, there's a correlation proof that Naruto just kind of gets free shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't look like one of the background characters to go here.
Yeah,
Here you
yeah.
go.
Oh, wow, you must be a main character.
Raj.
A main character in my booth? Oh, my lucky day.
Gosh.
You know he has money.
You gotta know this.
What's up?
Correlation does not always mean causation.
Yo.
Don't talk to him about math on air.
It's not math.
No,
Math.
it's intro to
It's
psych.
stats.
Psychology.
It's intro to
Yeah.
psych. And let me tell you something, Morgan. Let me lay it down for you. Correlation and causation was the dumbest fucking unit in that goddamn class.
It's like the first day.
I know. And I hate the first day of class.
That's fair.
because it's
Kitty, stop playing the
my
piano.
professor was fully
was trying
like
to eat it, but I failed.
correlation doesn't equal causation for like 4 weeks. And
Oh
then
no, we did it in like 20 minutes.
oh my god, we did it for 4 weeks and we did mad homework where it's like, is this correlation? Is this a causation? Here's how you plot it. And it's like, shut up. And intro to psych was one of the most worthless classes I've ever taken here.
It's the easiest class I'm taking currently.
Which is, no, it's so easy.
Yeah.
But it's so worthless. If it wasn't a prerequisite
Well,
for
I
every
think
other psych class, I wouldn't have
Easy
taken
classes in college piss me the fuck off because classes are insanely expensive.
I think it's rather it could be easy
Uh-huh.
if it was effective. College writing for me was really easy,
Uh-huh.
but that professor came in every day wanting to teach us something. If we
Oh,
didn't
that's
learn about
awesome.
like something about like in the story we were reading, he would give us like a life tip, you know, or he
Oh, yeah.
like would tell us like how to not fuck up or like how to do like the extra shit. He showed us how to cite and all that shit out of his own free time. He
That's pretty
didn't
sick.
have to do that.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
point is, Jiraiya takes Naruto's money, gives him $300, and is like, aha, don't give in to the 3 prohibitions of shinobi: alcohol, women, and money. But Naruto, obviously, he's underage, he's gay, and he's really frugal. So he's like, Jiraiya, don't worry, I won't give in to those.
He's fully like, women, I don't get those.
That was the exact line. He was like, I don't really get the whole women thing. And I was
Which
like,
is good.
Preach,
That's
brother.
good. That's like reminds you that he's still like he's like 13 now, right? Yeah, like it's like dude, enjoy the ninja world.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Don't worry about other shit when you got ninja shit.
Yeah.
Ninja shit.
Yeah. But, like, Jiraiya's like, no, like, Tsunade was my friend and she's in financial ruin. Like, take this a little seriously. But, like, obviously, that's hypocritical because Jiraiya does all that shit all the time.
Wait.
What?
Wait, I think I had the same thought as you.
What if Orochimaru is an alcoholic?
Yeah. Because each of them has one of the three things.
I hate
I had the
both
same
you
thought.
so
That was
goddamn
genius.
much.
I think that's actually a really kind of clever idea that Orochimaru is an alcoholic. That's interesting, yeah. But so Jiraiya takes off and he makes Naruto carry his heavy bag and he's like, you can use one of my toads if you have to find me. And so Naruto, like we were saying,
I love that.
He goes, what?
The tracking
He's
toad.
a toad? I know, that's
He's
so funny.
like, my tracking toad will find me if you need me.
It'll sniff me out, dog. Naruto goes from stall to stall, and he's, like, excited by all these new foods and exotic treats, and he's, like, he stuffs himself to the brim, then he lies down for a little nap and to digest, and he's like, oh, I wonder how my friends are doing.
Do you think that's why ramen's his favorite food? Because there's nothing else in
Yeah.
the village?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't have liked Burger King if Burger King wasn't next to my house.
Yeah, right? No, there's a lot of foods that I feel like I only liked because they were all that I ate, you know?
You need to do an expose on how Burger King makes mayonnaise. Because it is fucking sick what they do.
Well, we don't make it in the store. It comes in this giant rectangular prism tub, and you cut off the plastic from the top of it, and then the mayonnaise looks like a block. It looks like a Lego block, because I don't know why this is the case, but it's got like 2 circles of mayonnaise on top of the rest of the mayonnaise, and you mix it up, and then you have to mix it every hour or so because this yellow layer forms on the top of it, but you just mix
Do
that
you
shit
want the
in.
actual logic of like why that happens?
Of the Lego brick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when they produce mayonnaise at a large scale, they have to put it in the tub somehow.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's much more efficient rather than having somebody with a big spoon just scoop it in.
Well, yeah.
So they have a machine that has 2 little tubes.
Yeah.
And it pumps it in.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's such a perfect little, like, thing. It's very strange, you know?
Machines do that.
Speaking of Legos,
Uh-huh.
are you pro Lego voice or Lego no voice? I think Lego should, like, they should have
Generally-
gone voices.
Generally, Lego no voice, but the most recent Lego game, the Lego DC, they pulled out, like, mad A-list talent.
I just think Lego, at least in the video games,
Yeah.
there is a great...
Well, I assumed in the video games. Do you hear your Legos talking to you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, no, because the Lego movie is really good.
Yeah, Lego movie's fucking
So,
fun.
and they have voices. And it's good.
That's
it's
true.
good when they try. They don't make sense in video games, especially because I'm a strong believer in the original trilogy video game, Lego Star Wars. And that game is so unbelievably funny.
Oh, yeah.
And there is
And they
no
don't hear
dialogue.
anything. Yeah.
And that's insane how expressive these little
Well,
block
there was,
people
like,
can be.
for a while they didn't do any voice acting, and then they were taking lines directly from the movie, and it just sounded like shit. Like, that just didn't make any sense. But then there's a couple games where they have original voice acting, like Marvel Superheroes 1, and Galactus goes, om nom 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 nom. And
It's for those small moments that are
Yeah,
good.
and like there's one guy on the street, and whenever you fly by him, he goes, superheroes in New York? And it's so funny, because like,
Superheroes?
yes, it's Marvel. Obviously, yes. Why are you surprised? So they do, I like some of the voice
I love
acting.
that guy who
And if you steal one of their cars in that game, they go, oh, superhero business, huh? It's so goddamn funny.
I love that a lot.
Yeah. So it can work, but just generally I agree with you. Yeah. So, Naruto wants to work off all that food that he's got. So he goes from stall to stall and he's playing some games. There's one where he throws this ball and it's like, yo, yeah, my shuriken skills paid off. And there's one where he has to fish and he's like, yo, none of my skills paid off. I failed at this game. Then he buys a mask, and because the mask is, it's like a festival mask, because it's covering most of his eyes, he trips on a rock while he's walking and all of his shit falls out of his backpack because he falls over. And one of the things that falls out is Jiraiya's bank book. And Naruto looks at it, and apparently Jiraiya's like fucking stacked, which is really weird. He's like, whoa, so many zeros. But Naruto, on the other hand, only had 300 Ryo, and he's almost out. He can only go to one more stall. So he goes to this fried squid stall, and the guy's like, oh, I'll give you a discount. And so he buys 2 squids, one for him and one for Jiraiya. So he goes off to find Jiraiya to give him the squid that he just bought for him.
Which is cute.
Yeah, it's cute until he goes into this stall, and finds that Jiraiya is surrounded by 2 ladies, is drunk off his fucking ass, and has spent all of the money from Naruto's fucking wallet.
Which, as soon as he was like, I'll take the wallet, I was like, is he gonna steal all Naruto's money? I'm like, that'd be so shitty. Raj and Liam probably wouldn't like Jiraiya as much if he
It's
was to do
so
something
shitty, isn't
shitty
it?
like that. Like, that's so
How are you
annoying.
gonna do that?
It was the most painful thing to watch because when I was younger, I had like all of my money that I ever gotten from like birthdays and like holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
My mom had it in like a wallet in her room just so I wouldn't like take it all and like spend it one day.
Yeah.
But like she kept it in her room.
Right.
And we found out after like I had a lot of money in there. My dad would just go in there and take money.
Yeah.
King.
He owed me like, at one point he owed me probably like $900 because he would just go and like take 20.
I mean, why have kids if not to steal from them? No, but it sucks. And it sucks because even if Naruto makes it back, that's money just gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's insanely frustrating.
He blew up in a minefield for that money.
He literally did. Remember when he was blowing
Yeah.
up when he was walking dogs? I mean, it was all for that money. Everything.
All for that.
Ugh.
Oh, do you think the Zabuza money came in?
Yes!
Oh,
that
man,
was
must-
mad Zabuza money.
Must have been a great paycheck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ah.
But
Gee.
also...
I just can't imagine fighting.
Oh, actually, I think it distinctly wasn't a great paycheck because that's why
they're poor.
Yeah.
But I just, even then,
He
right?
got a bridge named after him.
I just, was Zabuza an S-level terrorist?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah, I just can't imagine how much money you would get for fighting an S-level terrorist.
Well, if you got hired correctly, mad money.
No, but even then, like, imagine you go and you fight, like, a literal, like, god terrorist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, here's, like, 40K.
Oh, yeah. Wait, do you think that's how it works? Like, if you just went off and fought a terrorist...
I mean, I obviously I think your point is right. Where if you got hired to do it,
Yeah.
if you just beat the shit out of a terrorist,
Yeah.
I think you get some fame, and there probably comes a lot of benefits.
Exactly. Like, Naruto probably gets residuals from the Naruto
But I
bridge.
can't imagine someone going, "Oh, you killed Orochimaru. Here's like 100K. Like, what's 100K
Yeah.
when you beat up a terrorist?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
that's a lot. Oh
Plus,
my
you
God.
get a good book deal, you know?
Oh, you do get a great book deal. That's
that's true.
Jiraiya's long game here. The Naruto shit.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
fuck that
that's
noise.
that's
Jiraiya's just trying to sell some copies.
Exactly.
Once you get that movie made, that's when
It's all about. He's just training this kid so he can go do good things.
Are they
so
making a movie based on Jiraiya's books?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a billboard that we saw one time for
Yeah.
that? That's crazy.
yeah, no, he's balling right now.
Fuck, that's why he's so rich.
Oh shit!
I
yeah.
literally never connected. So, Naruto's like punching Jiraiya. He's like, yo, you took all my money, fuck you. And then these 2 guys in suits pull up, and they're like, hey, yo. Oh no, because Naruto's punching Jiraiya, and then his squid flies out of his hands, and it hits one of the guys' suits. So the other guy's like, hey, yo, that suit cost 100,000 Rio, you son of a bitch. And,
said dollars,
or maybe they
is what
said
they're
dollars, but the point remains the same. Jiraiya's like, yo, I don't think so, bitch, that suit looks like shit. But then the guy who was talking is like, oh, you don't want to fight us. My boss used to be a chunin in the Hidden Stone Village.
The village hidden in the stones.
Yeah.
What is that?
You ain't even, like, we don't even know what that is.
like-
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Even
a
like-
chunin? You
bro.
little bitch.
No, yeah, bro. What?
Yeah. Like,
oh my god.
what a goddamn fool. What a goddamn fool. Obviously, this ain't shit to Jiraiya. He stands up and he's like, all right, Naruto, you want to see the shit that we learned in today? And so he fucking, like, holds out his hand and energy starts to swirl into it, into this, like, condensed blue ball of chakra. And he fucking slams it. Well, what the boss runs forward, he's like, hey, I'm gonna get you. And he fucking hits him with the ball, and it, like, spins him around and then launches him backwards, so he hits the other guy and flies across the street, destroying a water balloon stand.
I'll give it to Jiraiya.
Uh-huh.
Absolute master of teaching at an opportunity. Because he's just like, he fully is never ready to teach until it happens.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what?
When the opportunity arises, he's like, all right, it's lesson
It's
time,
like,
baby."
now it's lesson time.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that there's 2 goons trying to kill me and my student.
Yeah.
After you spent all of his money.
What do you guys
on
think of this
hookers and
jutsu,
booze.
by the way?
It was really pretty.
Yeah?
It was pretty jutsu.
Little blue ball of energy?
What do you say? It's pretty if you knew it was called Toilets World Jutsu.
Actually?
Yeah, it is. That's why Naruto stares at the toilet for like a minute in the next episode.
Why do you think they spin?
Oh, yeah. When he masters it, he's like, this is it, the toilet bowl jutsu. Jiraiya apologizes to the stand's owner, but the boss is like, oh shit, I recognize you, yo. So he pays for the damages. And then Jiraiya's like, also, I'll take every water balloon that you have. And they go, so the whole festival village was in like a crater, so they go above that to the forest surrounding it.
Got
And
it.
Jiraiya tosses Naruto one of those balloons, and he's like, yo, basically, look what we're gonna do. And then Jiraiya takes a balloon and he like makes it get all lumpy and shit with just one hand because he's moving the water inside, and then it pops. So Jiraiya's like, okay, what I just did, making this water balloon pop using only your chakra, is the culmination of everything up to this point. You've got to gather your chakra in one point like we did with the trees. You have to release it constantly like we did with walking on water. And now, like those two things together are going to make you able to make the balloon pop. So it set up the challenge, and that's the end of 86. It's like, we're going to pop some balloons next time.
And now you're gonna do it.
And as soon as 87 starts, it's really easy for Naruto to spin the water in the balloon.
Yeah.
But Jiraiya doesn't think that he'll be able to pop it. So Jiraiya gets like mad drunk and just lies down. And so the entire day passes. Jiraiya drinks 3 massive containers of some alcohol, which is a lot. But he was like, oh, it helps me sleep, which I thought was an interesting line.
That was a little fucked line.
To put in there, right? But, you know, I feel, buddy, it's all right. And Naruto still hasn't popped the balloon by sunset. He claims to be really close, but he's like, I need a pointer. Can you help me out at all? But Jiraiya's like, you're not going to get how to do it until you've already done it. Not a helpful line, particularly.
Yeah, my least favorite line that I've ever gotten when I took voice lessons for a really long time. And she was trying to teach me how to, like, place my vowels or do something. And I was like, but how do I do it? And she goes, oh, trust me. You'll know when you do it. And I was like, but I don't know how to do it.
To do it in the first place, to know is the thing. Yeah, no, I feel that. But even though, basically Jiraiya thinks that the jutsu is best done through trial and error, but he gives one little tip. He instructs Naruto to spin the water again, and he's like, what direction are you spinning it in? And Naruto's like, I don't know, left, I guess? So Jiraiya's like, let me see your hair, bubby. And Naruto walks over and he checks his hair, and Naruto's hair turns to the right, which means Naruto is a right rotation type. Yeah. So basically, inside the body, you combine physical and spiritual energy to make chakra, and it swirls together like a spring. And that direction of your chakra, which influences the way that your hair spins, will help him to rotate the water. Because he's turning it left in the balloon and his natural turn is right, he's actively working against himself.
See, so they had that whole thing, and then he, like, keeps going, and he's, like, frustrated still, and, like, later he goes, turning it to the left didn't even help, and I'm like, but you were supposed to turn it to the right. Like,
I know the line you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he said something like, this is no different than when I was turning it to the left.
Really?
Yeah. No, because I know distinctly the line you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard it, and I was like, dude.
No, I think it was just because he sucked both times. Yeah. But I love a good explanation of how something works, like, physically in the Naruto world. I always think that's interesting. And Naruto's like, oh, I would have never known that because I've never brushed my hair in my life. So, right. Despite this complicated introduction, Jiraiya's like, actually, this jutsu is perfect for you because you don't have to know any hand signs or anything. You literally just spin chakra in your hand and bada bing, bada boom, you're done.
Oh yeah, also that, because he's like, it's so easy, even like a slow learner like you could get it, and then he goes, it's the second hardest jutsu of all time. What?
Agreed. That is a little contradictory, isn't it? It's the simplest in principle, but the second most difficult in practice.
I guess.
Yeah,
like jumping
it's just
rope.
all of this.
Like
I was
jumping
just
rope.
like, whoa, all of what Jiraiya was saying. I was just kind of like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, I hope that it makes it more clear in the outline because you say that it tends to do
true.
that.
All of a sudden, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Naruto's like, I'm gonna master this in 3 days, and Jiraiya's like, buddy, the 4th Hokage created this jutsu. Like, this is a 4th Hokage original, and it took him 3 years. And then that's when he says it's the second most difficult jutsu of all time, which is crazy that Naruto's learning it now. Like, the show's just started.
Well, you hear the show just started 80 episodes in.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Actually, closer to 90 now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the show did kind of just start.
To be fair. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my ass.
I hope a NaruTalk fan gets "to be fair" tattooed.
There has to be like 8 O's in the to be fair.
There's no way, but it's not about the O's. He doesn't like stress the O's. It's just like, I don't know. It's just the to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. There is a little bit of a drag on the ooh.
Oh yeah, well yeah, sure.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I feel I'm always slurring my words because like my brain's mush.
That's happens.
Like TOU maybe?
To be fair. No, it's too ooh. It's to be fair.
Yeah.
To be fair. I feel like you say it different every time.
To be fair.
I'm never consistent. That's why like every time I have like one good If I could do like a good impression, I can never do it again. That's why I don't do impressions. Everyone's like, "Oh, Raj, do that one thing." I'll be like, "I can't do that again."
Are you known for impressions?
Yeah,
well, no.
just once.
Well, yeah, like
Known
once.
for singular impressions.
Yeah, because when I did a bunch of coke, I was doing a godly Eminem impression, and now
Because
that
of the coke.
exactly now that I'm not on coke, I can't do it anymore.
Do coke again.
Oh God, that's how I unlock my inner Eminem.
Well, that's how people get addicted to coke. Literally 100% of cocaine addicts just want to sound like Eminem.
Yeah.
They just want to lose themselves in the moment, bro.
You look like Eminem right now.
That's
That'll be the coke.
Get angry.
That'll be the coke.
No. Maybe we'll do that for a special sometime. I'll write a whole episode as an Eminem rap. So it'll be like 30 pages long, but it'll take me 8 minutes to get through. You know what I mean?
We should do an episode where we have a bunch of lines out, and every like 30 minutes we rail another line
Of coke?
Yeah, and just see where we get with the episode.
I've never heard any of that terminology. Well, I've heard lines before, but rail another line. I've never heard that term.
Oh,
I've never heard
railing
that
a
before.
line
I
is
can
like
figure out what that
the
means, but,
term
like,
for snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Ooh, saucy.
Ooh.
Do you know what it means to gum it?
It's
No.
you just rub it.
No.
Yeah, rub it on your gums.
Rub it on
It's
your
different.
It does.
It numbs your teeth.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind
so
of a
does
sick
railing
feeling.
the
already
line
numb,
numbs your
kinda.
teeth.
What?
Yeah, but
What?
so does
I
snorting
guess your
cocaine.
gums aren't numb.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I think.
Does it make your mouth go numb at all?
Nah,
Not even a little?
Roger, I think
No.
you're doing too much
Damn.
coke.
My mouth goes a little numb.
probably.
Right now?
Well, I mean, it makes sense because the thing is, your nose is connected to your mouth,
Yeah,
so
well,
it
yeah,
probably
exactly.
drips
Your
down
nose
into
bone's
like
connected
my
to your mouth bone.
Yes.
my mouth is built weirdly, so there's a lot of like crevices and caverns, so it probably
What?
So
doesn't
the
hit.
coke gets
What?
lost within.
Yeah, so
What?
He's
what?
got crevices and caverns in his mouth.
You always say like, oh, this
like
part of my
snorting
body's
cocaine sounds
extra
awful.
weird. Raj, you look like a person.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
on the outside, but on the
Yeah.
inside, I'm like a maze. I don't like I can't. It's like this.
That's-
Like I can't figure it out.
Shrink down. We'll do a Rio Radio from inside of Raj. Not sexually. We'll shrink down a little tiny. We'll shrink down a little school bus and go inside.
Honey,
Were
I
we
shrunk the
recording
Naruto
that?
host.
The water balloon training is only phase 1. There's 3 phases to this training, and it's already this hard. Hey, so Jiraiya starts to head back, encouraging Naruto to come rest, but Naruto's like, he's inspired, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stay out all night. So as Jiraiya walks the streets of the festival, he wonders if Naruto has what it takes to master the jutsu, but is quickly sidetracked when 2 sexy ladies come out and fucking advertise a dinner special. Because they come out and they're like, are you the guy trying to do research for all this shit? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, come buy our dinner special. It's just an advertisement, which is crazy targeted ads.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. They really got sexy ladies just because they knew a famous author who's a pervert was there. Like, that's next level marketing, bro. So the next day, Naruto wakes up and he passes by Whiskers the hotel cat. That's important. On his way to the restroom before heading back to the forest to train. Naruto stays out all day again, and once again, Jiraiya goes back to the dinner place, which I guess they're doing because, like, basically every time he gets dinner, he gets a stamp, and so it tells you how many days have passed. So, like, Naruto keeps pushing himself, and it's like 2 days go by, so it's day 3 when he said he would master the jutsu. He has not even burst the balloon. And then after 6 days, I counted the stamps, Naruto is hardly able to even eat breakfast because he's trembling from a fucking nervous breakdown.
Poor boy.
What?
It's just poor boy.
No, I know. And he fucking he was trying to eat with chopsticks and he dropped them and he was like, "Oh, I guess I'm having a nervous breakdown." And I was that
happens.
I feel that. Yeah, quite a bit. When you're trying to eat and you can't because you're, having a panic attack. He goes to the bathroom and then he sits in there for a little while. We get some nice camera bathroom action. And then he flushes and he like
They really got
watches.
him like pulling up his pants and everything.
Yeah,
That was
I actually thought it was kind of like, I don't know, it was like kind of lo-fi chill, he was just sitting in the bathroom and then there was no music or anything, there wasn't any of that classic dun, 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 he really just shit and then stood up and pulled up his pants and it was like a full minute of that.
Yeah.
And then watched the water go down the drain.
No, you know what? The first time, oh my god, the first time, nothing is more embarrassing than when you wake up and you do your whole thing, but you don't really ever talk. I don't really talk ever before, like, I go outside in the morning. So then I'll see someone, I'll be like, hi, and then I'll feel so stupid.
What about your roommate?
Oh, dude, I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a girlfriend, and now he just... I come home from partying into a lonely room, and I lay on my bed, and I go, man, I wish he was here right now.
Yeah.
And but it's one of those things where it's like, he's really happy, so I have to be happy,
Right,
you
right.
know, because it's like his happiness, my happiness.
Of course.
But also, I'm so alone in that room. And I think a good benefit to it is that what I do is I set the thermostat as high as possible, and then I take off all my clothes, and then I turn on the fan, and then when I go to sleep and I'll wake up, it's kind of like being on like a volcanic cloud.
Wow. That is so exactly the antithesis to how I sleep.
Yeah, it's hard.
I open my
love it.
window all the way so that it's fucking freezing cold in my room.
Exactly. It's just.
Wait, so you just said you turned up the thermostat maximum.
Well, yeah, because it's the heat, and then it's balanced by the cold. Oh, and then I open the window, and then the window breeze gets caught in the fan
You're
breeze.
just like wasting energy.
Yeah, it's like a waste of energy.
Okay, a
So
lot
funny.
of the things I really enjoy is a big waste of like resources, and I
Yeah.
hate that, right? Because one of the things, like, to calm my anxiety, what I do is I run warm water under my hands for like 10 minutes
Oh, I
straight.
can't do warm if I'm anxious. I need to be completely cold.
Oh, I only need warmth, and then I run my hands under warm water and just like stare at them for 10 minutes. But then I realize, wow, I'm really wasting a lot of water.
Yeah.
Here. So I gotta stop doing it. So now I smoke cigarettes.
I've been getting fair enough. I've been getting real anxious about water lately because fucking you guys, have you ever seen or heard of the movie The Big Short? It's like about the 2008 housing crisis.
I've heard about
what
it.
matters is that there was these group of investors that realized that we were going to go into a recession right before we did in 2008, and so they shorted the stock market, which means they bet against the U.S. stock market and made a ton of money because everybody lost all of theirs.
Fuck.
These guys are, like, it's objectively kind of evil what they did, but they're geniuses.
Yeah.
And the guy who was one of the people who started that, when you interview him now and you're like, what do you think people should be worried about? It's always water. All of his investments are in bottled water companies. Everything he talks about is water. And, like, I've been watching Mad because, you know, like, it's 2020. Everyone's trying to stay mad political, right?
Yeah.
And I've been watching all these videos of, like, small towns in America. Nobody's got any fucking water.
Yeah, it's fucked
In
up
the
there.
goddamn U.S. Because all of our water is polluted because we just... And also, apparently, and I saw this in a meme, so it's probably not true, but some meme was like, by 2050, the plastic in the ocean is going to weigh more than fish. That's fucking insane. How do we just dump in water?
Well, it's probably a meme, but I feel like that's also, like, realistically, it's
Right?
It's
Yeah.
possible.
Because apparently Coke and Pepsi have been lying about how they recycle their fucking plastics.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about
Well, also,
that.
the U.S. doesn't recycle. We've just been selling... I don't even know what we do with it now because I know China stopped taking it.
We send them to trash islands, and it's
Literally.
so gross.
Like, and fucking all of this water with, like, and it's not bottles, it's microplastics from, like, pods that I use for my fucking laundry because I say I care, but obviously I don't. You know what I mean? It's so, like,
It is one of those, but New York just banned plastic bags today.
which is
Yeah.
fire.
That's
is
a
so good.
great
Yeah, yeah.
step in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, but here's the thing, right? Here's another evil billionaire dollar scheme.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't do it anymore. But last night there was that small period between February 29th
Oh, yeah.
and March 1st,
True.
where if somebody bought like a million fucking plastic bags, right? And then, because a big, like a lot of people in New York are for this change, but like a vocal minority, or I guess majority, I guess at this point, are people who have dogs and their dogs shit everywhere and they don't know what to do because they don't have plastic bags.
I keep all my trash in plastic bags that I get from stores.
If somebody just bought so many, like a huge supply of plastic bags, and you slap like a sticker on them, you could resell those
Yeah.
plastic bags as a product, and like everyone will be like, oh, that's fine, which is not fine. You could fully disguise selling plastic again, and the fact that our economy has allowed us, and society in general has allowed us to do this, it's made me so sad. But I know if somebody did do that, millions of
You can-
dollars.
Well, also,
Easy. Yeah.
you can still buy plastic bags. Like, the trash bags that Katie and I have in our room are plastic bags in a box.
Do you buy trash bags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, they're free in the trash room.
Oh,
Well,
that's
we have
fire.
small ones because we have small trash cans.
Yeah.
Oh no, you just,
Rush
you
just
shove
has,
them
he
in.
has like his trash bag's just giant.
Have you seen? No, yeah. You fold it over, and then when it gets too high, you pull it up, and then you attach it to your bed. You make like a hole, and then it becomes an extendo trash bag. I just think if it's free, you shouldn't pay for
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I didn't pay for them.
Well, fair
Did I
enough.
pay for them?
Yep.
Oh, L on your part.
They
Stop
just were
paying.
in our drawer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably my mom paid for them.
Probably.
Well, there you go.
That's the move.
Yeah. Look, the moral of the story is there's no ethical consumption under late capitalism, and you can try your best, and you
Conscious
should.
consumption is everything. Be
Yeah.
aware of what you're
Doesn't
buying.
Emma
and
have a sticker
using.
that says that?
I don't know. I told it to her last year, and then she was like, "That's brilliant," and she
Yeah, I
took
think
it.
she
and ran
found
with it.
a sticker that said
Yeah.
that. And has
There's
it
no
on the
such
bottle.
thing as ethical consumption, only conscious consumption. unfortunately,
it's harder and harder every single day.
It's harder and harder, and it doesn't actually do anything. But what can you do? A little every day, I guess. But is it worth it? Is it enough?
It's not enough, but it is worth it because if everybody did a little bit of something every day, eventually, even though we're so far gone now that it really won't actually ever do anything, but eventually, if we all just did a little bit of something, it would be a little bit less bad.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just so crazy that so many people are Nazis,
It is so absurd. No, it really freaks me out. Some people out there really believe.
Bro, most people out there.
It's no, but like that's
the president is like, yeah, I'm down with Nazis, and most people are like, I'm down with Nazis too.
I just don't. It boggles my mind how, like, people who are racist or transphobic or homophobic or just like in general, just like hateful or ignorant. How?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, how? I don't get it. Why are you so
No, these motherfuckers are really just like, like, let's just hate people for just no reason.
No fucking reason.
It's fucking wild.
What's even crazier is that they think they have a reason.
Yeah. And it's always fucked up. Always fucked shit.
You know what's a W, though? Pete Buttigieg just dropped out of the race.
Did he really?
Like a minute ago.
Wait, like you just found out about it? Pete Buttigieg dropped out?
Yeah.
Holy shit, why?
I don't know, but I hate that guy, so W.
Oh, he's the fucking worst. But he was polling like mad well. I was scared he was going to get the nomination.
He just lost to in South Carolina, so he dropped out.
Yeah, but fucking Biden won.
Which is crazy.
Did you see that shit where they were reporting that Biden won at 0% poll reporting? Like, none of the precincts had said what they got, and CNN was like, and Joe Biden takes it. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, dude, Biden is such a terrible fucking candidate. His brain is so unbelievably gone.
You know, the thing is, though, like, I get mad at a candidate like Pete Buttigieg, because Pete Buttigieg sucks ass.
Absolute meme
but
of a
Joe
person.
Biden, I kind of feel bad for him, almost.
I
because
don't.
just he's dying. We're watching a man die.
I mean, we're watching a lot of people die.
Where his eye filled with blood and just started slurring all his words, and it's like, bro, go die.
I mean, no, exactly. I mean, I agree at that point. He should just go die.
Yeah.
Like, don't drop out.
Drop the fuck
What
out.
do you have nothing to gain here. You're just gonna end up being such a
also,
fucking
I'll say it.
dumbass.
It's time for Warren to drop out and endorse Sanders.
Yes.
Endorse Sanders.
Bernie's got us like.
I like Warren more than Bernie Sanders. I think that she would be a better president, though I believe that Bernie's a better candidate. But at this point, with the movement that Bernie has made, it is. And also, like, Warren is getting shittier because she's getting petty against him.
Oh yeah,
that sucks.
That's when, like, I was kind of like,
when she was debating and it was her going after Michael Bloomberg and she was just letting Bernie talk, that was fire. That's
good.
why I didn't want her to drop out. But now she's pulling all this super PAC shit.
When she beefs with Bernie, it's so petty and most of it's never even true, and it's just so shitty.
Exactly.
But Bernie, oh man, dude, if Bernie becomes president, I really think we'll have a great 4 years. Oh no, I think we'll have a great 3 years. I think the first year will be really hard.
Yeah, and there might be a civil war. But
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody like kind of like is pushing down the fact they're like, oh my god.
Wait, did we talk about this on air? The whole Boogaloo thing? Why people wear Hawaiian shirts to stuff? I talked about that, right?
No.
I don't think so.
Really? I could have sworn.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry if I talked about this in an earlier episode, but it is important to know, and our numbers vary on episode to episode, so listen. There's this thing. The fucking right in this country are calling the third, a civil war, they're calling it the Boogaloo. And that's like their code for it, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's all of these things like, hey, let's have a luau at the Boogaloo. And so when you see Trump rallies and like pro-gun rallies and people are wearing Hawaiian shirts, that's code for like in support of the Civil War.
Should I make my dad stop wearing Hawaiian shirts?
Yes. No, like so much. Yeah, they've co-opted that for supporting the Civil War.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Nothing terrifies me more than how little people know. I try to be informed, but as a whole, I'm not.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
But
that's why I've made a concerted effort to get into Twitter this year.
Nothing terrifies me more than the people that choose to not be informed.
Oh, well, yeah.
I try to be informed, but because, college is hard, sometimes it falls lower in my radar of things that I need to do. But people that are just like, oh, well, no. Like my mother, politics will come up and someone will mention Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm tired of hearing about Donald Trump. And I'm like, yeah, me fucking too, but what are we going to do about it? He's the fucking president of the United States.
Yeah.
Be informed. Yeah. Even a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, you get weird bullshit from us three.
Yes,
like,
and I'm always like, wow. And I'm pretty sure you haven't talked about the Hawaiian shirt thing, so I think I would have remembered that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like, we're gonna get this. Spoiler alert: this kind of shit's gonna keep happening because 2020 is the worst year ever.
I just think, at this point, if we have a platform, and especially with like really young kids that keep responding to us, which is wonderful. It's just like, you gotta be informed early. I was this dumbass kid who was like, man, fuck politics. I don't ever need this shit. Yeah. You need this shit.
Unfortunately, you're part of it. And being apolitical, just if you're out there and you're like, oh, I wish they'd stop talking about this, I hate politics. Well, first of all, you're from New Zealand. Why are you telling me? No, but second of all, being apolitical is taking the side of the current administration, wherever you are. Yeah. And so if you say you don't care about politics, that means you are a hard Trump nut.
And it means you have a whole lot of privilege.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely.
And don't be a centrist. I was a centrist for a long time politically, because I just, I didn't want to get involved in anything.
Yeah.
What's a centrist?
It's when you're on the fence, you're like, oh, man, I don't really care about gun control. I see the arguments on both sides. No. Pick a side, because at the end of the day, if you're a centrist, you don't matter. You're just annoying, and honestly,
don't pick a side arbitrarily.
Fine.
I
think with the apolitical debate, if you're a centrist, you're technically still gonna go with the right.
Whoever's in charge. Yeah.
Because fully. You're just a fucking. That's how I do it, because I think that's why a lot of people want to be conservative over being a Democrat, because if you're or a liberal, because if you're a liberal, that has a connotation of change and revolution, and you have to go out there and you have to be active and do shit. But with the conservative connotation, most of America is insanely lazy. Yeah. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to
just keep it the same.
Save the world. Fucking what did Gerard Way say in the song "Na Na 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 Na"? He goes, everybody wants to change the world. He does say that.
Change the world, but no one wants to try.
No one wants, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what I was
Gerard
saying.
Way is speaking fucking facts. Nobody wants to try. Listen, we gotta change the world. Yeah. One NaruTalk at a time.
That's right.
We're gonna start it
now. Back to the outline.
I don't know if I can talk about Naruto.
Naruto leaves the bathroom, and hey, Naruto
President
is
Donald Trump is outside the bathroom right now.
No, but you know who is? Whiskers the cat. And Whiskers...
basically the same thing.
And Whiskers, the racist Nazi hotel cat, is playing with the balloon. And Naruto's like, hey, stop playing with that balloon. And also supporting Blue Lives Matters. Then...
Oh my god, don't even get me started,
the cat, though, it's playing with the balloon, it's knocking it back and forth really quickly. Mm-hmm. And then it bursts, and Naruto's like, oh, I get it. So he wakes up Jiraiya, who's mad hungover, and Jiraiya's like, give me some water, please. And so Naruto bursts a balloon over his face, and that gives him the water. And so Jiraiya sits up, and Naruto does it again. And but Jiraiya falls asleep during the second demonstration, but it's just a little bit. So basically, Jiraiya recognizes that Naruto has impressively figured out that what he's doing is steadying the chakra with his left hand, and then moving his right hand all around it really quickly to move the chakra. A weird idea, but effective. So he congratulates Naruto. They go to breakfast, and Naruto's like, it was actually this cat. And the cat, it knocking around the water balloon made him realize that he needed to make the water move in multiple directions simultaneously for the water balloon to burst. Mm-hmm. With this, Naruto asks if Jiraiya wants to see him burst one more balloon, but then Naruto winces in pain because of how much strain he's been putting on his chakra network lately. And actually, since the training's only going to get harder from here, Jiraiya wonders if Naruto will be okay. The two head to the woods again, and Jiraiya gives Naruto a tight rubber ball, asking him to break it the same way he did a water balloon. Jiraiya, of course, bursts it in an instant, but when Naruto tries to do the same, he barely even manages to stretch it. It's exponentially more difficult than the water balloon was. And Jiraiya's like, well, that's because the first element of this jutsu is rotation, but the second is force. This rubber ball is practically solid, so you've got to use a fuck ton of energy to make it pop. So Jiraiya heads back, and Naruto's like, hey, please stay, please hang out with me, which is sad. And Jiraiya's like, no, not gonna happen. I'm not here to be your father. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your teacher. And I'm not gonna... And then Naruto's like, can you just show me that trick one more time? And Jiraiya's like, pay me. That ass, give me money if you want more attention.
Which he did. You stole all his money. He did pay you.
I'll be real with you. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
He
shit.
doesn't have any more money because you took it. Like he gave you
have the money.
all of his money.
Oh my god, yeah, fuck
So,
that guy.
yeah, exactly. Like,
I never even thought of
fucking
that.
teach him.
I was,
he
like, kicking
already
him when he
paid
was
you in
down, yeah.
advance.
Yeah, holy shit. Well, so Naruto gets mad and he's like, go away. God damn, I really never thought of that before.
Fuck off.
But yeah, so once again, Naruto trains until night, and he keeps trembling and shit. He can barely even stand by the time he's done. But he goes again through the next day, the next night, the next day, and the next night until the day after. He can barely even grip the ball at this point, right? So Jiraiya approaches him just as Naruto's in the woods, and he's starting to get lost in thought. He's like, man, I'm so lonely. This is so difficult. What am I going to do? And Jiraiya's like, yo, come into town. Can you come get me lunch? So Naruto goes to town, and once he's there, he's sulking about, like, how unhelpful Jiraiya is and just how, like, not great it all is until he sees this young boy in town split a popsicle with his dad. And he, like, stares at the kid with the dad, and it's like, you know, Naruto never had a dad, and it's, I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't that effective at that moment, and then later when Jiraiya splits the popsicle with him, like, he doesn't know that Naruto watched this thing or, like, anything of that, and, like, all of a sudden it's like, wow.
I think he fully does know, like, because...
Well, he doesn't know specifically the popsicle is significant.
No, I actually think it's a good case for that he does know, because he, as we saw, I mean, within these sets of episodes, Jiraiya's been watching. Sure, he, like, goes and research often, but, like, he watches Naruto. Because the whole, like, do it on your own thing is just an act.
Yeah.
He's teaching Naruto, you know, so he probably did watch it.
The whole
true,
trope,
actually,
though, of, like, tough love teaching and, like, no, like, if you want to learn it, you got to do it on your own, and, like, I'm going to leave you and just let you do it, is fucking abusive and stupid.
Yeah, I think for Jiraiya, I don't know.
Considering, like, half the thing is, like, oh, well, you can't do it by yourself, like, the power of, like, protecting your friends and, like, all this, like, friendship and, all, like, is, like, the whole show.
That's
Well, not
true.
even that, just
Being,
in
like,
general, the idea that, oh yeah, this man is just going to be like, hey, go do this thing, and if you don't do it, I'm not coming back. I'm, like, not going to help you.
Well,
it's
sure, that like,
stupid.
specific terminology is shitty. Although, like, I think that there is value in being like, you got to figure this out on your own, you know?
But that doesn't mean he needs to leave him alone.
Well, that's
true.
true.
He could sit there
Yeah.
and sleep.
And he did one day.
Like, he doesn't have to say, hey, I know I stole all of your savings that you've ever saved
That's
ever,
shitty.
but give me more money and I'll help you.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Like, no, you're teaching him. That's literally your job. That's what
Yeah.
you're there for, is fucking to be there for him.
Yeah.
Because also you
This
bribed
kid-
him to come keep you company by saying, I'll teach you, so teach him.
This kid has been left alone for his whole life. This child is an orphan.
Yeah.
And you're just like, nah, fuck you. I'm gonna go fuck some pretty ladies.
I think that maybe that speaks to Jiraiya, too, being, like, trying to reach out to Naruto because Naruto reminds him of his former student, the fourth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it's almost like Jiraiya wants to reach out more, but maybe he is emotionally incapable of doing that, you know what I mean? Like, that it isn't a pointed, like, I'm gonna screw over Naruto, but it's like I struggle to form a connection with this kid.
I don't think he's trying to screw him over. I think he's literally just like, whatever intent he has behind leaving him alone and being cold, it's like I get emotional shit. I get not being able to be present, but, like, that doesn't mean he literally needs to not be present.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, valid.
I don't know. The whole thing just kind of pissed me off.
Well, yeah, and it is annoying that he stole his money, too.
I'm not going to get over that for a few episodes, I don't think.
It's
It's
shitty.
really annoying.
When Naruto delivers Jiraiya his food, he's like, hey, can you hang around a little bit? And Jiraiya's like, no, you have to train alone. Oh, shit. Actually, I get it now, especially in this context, why he makes Naruto train alone. Like, I just feel like, because he's like, you have to, like, not form a bond with me because this is, like, the ninja world. And, like, I don't know, man. Like, think of Kakashi. All his friends are dead, you know?
But
Well,
Jiraiya
I mean-
sounds like Gaara.
No,
When
no,
he's
no, no.
saying, like, don't make...
But
in the way that
I
you're
think,
wording it
well,
right now,
maybe
like, don't make connections.
having Gaara so close to this is the perfect example. Gaara was like, I'm alone. I only do this for being alone. Fuck everyone. Jiraiya, at least the way that I kind of see it, is it's less like you have to be alone, fuck everyone, you have to be alone, and it's more like you have to learn how to have loving relationships with people and still be able to operate alone. Because, like, Jiraiya and Naruto do share a bond, and, like, they goof off together
They
and shit.
sleep with each other, guys.
Yeah, they do.
Come
That's
on.
true. And he does. He has that whole thing where he's like, you have to learn to be a ninja. You have to not form a bond
But
with
that doesn't mean he has to
people.
be an asshole.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jiraiya's kind of a prick, but, like...
Like, I get learning to do things on your own. I'm a huge advocate for learning to be by yourself and learning how to function on your own.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you have to be a dick.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to
that's true.
steal
You
a
just have to
child's
steal
money.
money. Yeah, no, I agree.
Don't forget about the money.
Yeah.
I think we've established that like the 3 Sannin all have like their terrible quirks to them.
Orochimaru is definitely an alcoholic.
Yes, that's the worst thing about Orochimaru.
Especially now. Well, anyway, so Naruto seems really disappointed that Jiraiya doesn't want to hang out with him, but he laughs it off and he's like, yeah, keep up your research. Which for Jiraiya is just spending money and hanging out with those 2 girls. But like, even though he's there doing that, it's also clear that he's thinking about Naruto.
Yeah.
There's like a little scene where it like zooms in on his face and he's like, I wonder how Naruto's doing. So Naruto goes home for the night and he's restless from just the overexertion that he's forced himself through. And when Jiraiya comes back to the room, he's really concerned to see how bad of shape that Naruto's in. The next day, Naruto's losing hope. He's trembling and shaken, but he inspires himself to push through the pain, using it to draw upon the very deepest stores of chakra within himself. Gritting his teeth and forcing himself to the very edge of his abilities, Naruto manages to put a little tiny hole in the ball. I kind of thought that he was going to go Nine Tails for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right? I was like waiting for the chakra to turn orange.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But alas, no. Which is cool. Naruto's proud of himself. And then Jiraiya, he was watching nearby, and he's like, yo, nice job. And so that's when he splits the popsicle.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that maybe he has been hanging around more than we think. And
that is interesting that it was at that moment, too, where it was like showing that he was watching and then also did. So I think Raj was probably right about that he was watching.
Just like with a content thing. It's very convenient that he had that popsicle right then, because what if it took Naruto so long to pop that fucking ball and the popsicle fucking melted?
That's true.
I bet Jiraiya's fast. Maybe he saw it happen and ran really quickly into
that
the
man
village.
is huge. There's no way he's that fast.
He jumps high. He's got a toad. He
frog.
summoned a toad.
He said Gamabuta.
He summoned Gamabuta, and Gamabuta took 2 steps.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's what the crater was, actually.
Yes, the village was created by Gamabuta going over to grab a popsicle last time.
Yeah.
This has happened before.
Now he tiptoed.
Yeah. Tiptoed. That's very funny. But yeah, it's a really, really sweet moment, I think. Jiraiya and Naruto share this popsicle, and then Jiraiya takes out this brush with ink on it, and he does a little experiment. He draws a tomoe, or like a little comma, in Naruto's palm. And he's like, now we'll see what happens. But to see what happens, we have to go to episode 88. But to see what happens still in episode 88, we have to get through 2 intro scenes first. The first one is Sakura in the village watching over Sasuke, who's still unconscious. And she's focusing on the curse mark, it's like, oh man, snakes are bad. And speaking of bad snakes, we go to Orochimaru's hideout. And he's like, ooh, I'm hurting so bad. And there's this like nurse person next to him.
R.I.P.
I know.
Yeah.
The fucking nurse. One of the most tragic deaths in this whole series is Orochimaru's nurse.
It's on par with like the rower.
The rower?
And
killed by Zabuza's blade, thrown aside.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Who else got murked unnecessarily?
Probably middle-aged mustache sweater vest man.
Oh my god, yeah.
In the Forest of
Death.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
What was the TA's name? Fucking
Mizuki.
Mizuki.
Yeah, Naruto beat him to death and we never talk about it.
Never talk about him.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
in the first episode, that guy who got Naruto to steal that scroll, Naruto made all these clones and just beat him to death, and we just never address it.
Yeah.
Again.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
He just murks him. He
And
makes
then, who else gets murked?
There were those kids that got trapped in a net, and then Shino put slugs on them that sucked all their blood out.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. to all the extra
the
characters.
one death that they really want us to talk about, but we still aren't.
Which one?
Hayate.
No, but Hayate didn't get that wasn't a sad death. That was the most inspirational death in all
no, to be fair,
I think it's sad.
destroyed.
His wife thinks it's sad.
Oh right,
We're talking about people who were just wiped out.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, we know it's sad.
I think about Hayate still all the time. And
Why did he cough?
Why did he
I want to know why he coughed.
His wife still hasn't answered that.
Wife again.
He didn't take
wife,
his antibiotics.
Question mark.
Question
Because
mark.
again, we don't know
Purple-haired
how you
lady
guys
friend?
related to her.
I would love for there to be like a 9-to-5 office rendition of like the
Anbu
Anbu
Black Ops.
and just figuring out Hayate and
Maybe
Yagao's
Hayate's
story.
just like Liam and he just didn't take his antibiotics and now he's still dying.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
gotta suck. It's gotta suck to die when you're already pretty sick.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, oh man,
True.
that's it.
But you know
Worse to live
who was
for.
just trying to make life easier?
Who?
Orochimaru's nurse.
Yeah.
When he's dead.
How did he even die?
Orochimaru just killed him.
What did he do? He doesn't have arms.
Is he just angry?
Yeah, like slack.
Because he has because remember, he doesn't even need hand signs. He just throws up swords and snakes.
Oh yeah, he probably just threw up a sword or something. Yeah. So and then but Kabuto comes in and he's like, oh man,
Not
another.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, why are you taking this job?
Realistically, I'm pretty sure they're just like reanimated nurses.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
Kabuto
anyone...
just brings him back to life every time. It's
Yeah,
just
I
one
mean,
guy.
but Kabuto's probably like, I don't know. I would love a narrative where the nurse guy is fully self-aware. Like he's the same guy. He's like, he did it again, boss. He's like, I know.
Son of a bitch.
I just like because there's this amazing Robot Chicken skit where the Imperial, so it's the Imperial like leaders all like chilling in like a room, and they give each other it's like a demonstration of what to do when Darth Vader force chokes you.
I think
because he can't actually force choke, so they don't want to because they realize the whole thing is that if they let Vader know that he can't actually choke them with the Force, he'll use his lightsaber and actually start killing them.
Right.
So they have
they
they go to great lengths. So
That's
and
so
they
funny.
bring like a guy who's like he's a
They
pro.
bring him back in with like they add a mustache or glasses every time that Vader thinks that he's choked them.
He's like he's been choked 700 times.
It's
Good
just a guy
man,
with,
good
like,
man.
mad hats and shit on his face.
So I would love for that nurse to have that
To have
narrative.
with the nurse, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because Orochimaru doesn't have his arms, so he actually
Yeah,
can't.
so he
kill him.
actually can't kill him.
Yeah,
He just
he's
falls.
just like and then so the nurse has like ketchup in their pocket.
Yeah,
They're like, oh
snake
shit,
blood.
and they spray it and they lie down on the ground.
Like,
That's
I hope he doesn't
so
find out
funny.
this time.
Yeah, all
Wait,
of
I
Orochimaru.
love that.
I want that job. To get
Orochimaru's
fake killed
fake
by
death.
Killed all
Orochimaru.
the time.
You
Yeah,
don't wanna
like
hang
if
out
it
with
was
Orochimaru.
fake dying.
I do.
That's-
I hang out with Orochimaru all the time.
Surely
You know,
not.
I'm surrounded by snakes.
Oh, that's so good.
That's such an Instagram caption.
That
Thank
is
you.
such an Instagram. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that I've read that on somebody's Instagram before.
Wasn't mine.
Some-
Might be now.
Wow. Look, so anyways, Orochimaru's like, I don't want to take my medicine. And Kabuto's like, God, can you just take it, please?
He's such a child.
I
He's like,
know.
I don't wanna.
Well, because he's drunk.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that just hit so hard.
Yeah.
Because alcoholics they revert. Like they act like children
Yeah.
because
Orochimaru's an alcoholic. Still, Orochimaru, oh, this is an interesting thing too, because, like, he's in so much pain, and he's like, yo, I didn't think the third would be able to, like, do this, and I didn't think that losing my arms would be, like, a death sentence, but it, like, kind of is.
kind of is every time he goes. Ah.
Yeah.
Are you telling me in the world where you need hand signs to do anything?
Well, yeah, but, like,
Or he's upset?
he's, like, they've got sweat drawn on him and shit. He's,
Yeah.
like, mad fucked up. But Kabuto has found this place called Tanzaku Town, the location of whatever medicine Orochimaru needs. They're keeping it a little vague
I
at first.
love the dynamic between Kabuto and Orochimaru.
That's
Yeah.
it's
Because
really
Kabuto
funny.
is such a snarky dick to him, knowing
Yeah.
Orochimaru could fully
No, you know what it
kill
is?
him.
It's fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have ever seen The Simpsons, but it's Mr. Burns and Smithers, yo.
Like, fully.
yeah.
Fully. But, like, Kabuto's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a dick, even though, like, I know you could fucking kill me. But even Orochimaru's like, I hate you. And then they just, like, casually
Yeah.
talk.
Because I think that they're probably gay.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
And, like, Kabuto
yeah.
maybe tops.
Ooh.
Yo, you know what?
Right?
I can see it.
It's not impossible.
No, it's very
It's
much
kind of
possible.
their dynamic, is that, like.
It can make sense as to why he gets away with being a dick.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying.
That's
Yes.
fully it.
Yeah, Kabuto 1,000% tops Orochimaru. Back with Naruto, Jiraiya
Can that be the title?
with the 1,000% in there
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Someone just get gay porn and put their faces on it.
Oh my god.
Dude, literally, that would be it.
Why not?
It's out there.
Yeah, it's
100%
out
it's
there.
out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Rule 34 has done a lot for the world.
Yeah, God bless Rule 34.
And God save the world. That is, Rule 34 is kind of fucked sometimes.
Because kind of, but you know,
But sometimes it's also really astounding.
I'm glad we have it.
I'm glad that there's always something for everyone out there. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want, there's a great subreddit of what is it? It's dinosaurs fucking cars, and it's just people who draw dinosaurs fucking cars.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great
Great
like
artists is
like
the
out
thing.
there.
Yeah.
But it's very niche. But there's always someone like there's something out there for
There
someone.
should be an addendum to Rule 34 that's like, not only if it exists, oh, for those that don't know, Rule 34 is if it exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I kind of didn't want to ask.
It's if it exists, there's porn of it. But the addendum would be, there's probably very well drawn porn of it out there.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. So,
Katie, you could do that for a living.
it's true.
No, thank you.
I didn't say you should. I said you could.
That's true.
You can do a lot of things for a living.
I could.
No, but like, that's how mad artists make bank now, is commissioned,
Well, here
Hentai.
is
I would do it.
here is
Yeah.
here is the like okay, this is another idea I pitched.
Uh-huh.
So the power of horny people is something a
vast.
lot of people should harness this, because it's just been proven factual that if you get horny people to like view your content, it's gonna blow up. Boobs in the thumbnail, or like fucking. But here's what I'm saying. Here's how we make Disney another gazillion dollars, right? If Disney started making porn, it would be the number one thing in the world. If Disney
produced like really high quality porn?
Yeah, but of like their characters, because here's the thing. Like, think about it. No,
I've seen loads of Disney
characters. No, exactly. Yeah, and it would take away from the community, quite honestly, and it'd be terrible, and Disney fucking sucks. But hear me out. If and this is exactly the way artists do it. When you're a kid, you're like, oh my god, this character was so hot. Shigo from Kim Possible is one of the hottest people in the world. And if Disney, made like adult consenting porn of their characters, insane amount of like revenue and viewing and streams.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying, like, they pretty much already got that.
Oh no, they do. But if Disney were to commodify that, it'd be a dark time, but a rich time for Disney, and that's when we riot.
Oh yeah,
we should start rioting soon.
We should start rioting.
I look back to all these riots that happened in history, and I'm upset that I wasn't there for any of them.
Yeah.
I would love to riot for
There's
like
mad
things
riots
in the world.
that make me so frustrated. Like the Baltimore riots a couple years ago.
That
if there had
crazy.
been one person to like unite the anger against cops, maybe cops wouldn't have guns anymore. And cops shouldn't have guns.
Cops shouldn't have guns.
That's a whole rant that I can go on, but trust me, guys, cops shouldn't have guns. I'll get into it later.
Not have guns.
Back with
really
Naruto. Huh?
I said I really hate guns.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Look, next time.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm pretty pro-gun, but I don't think cops should have them.
Oh.
Back with Naruto, Jiraiya removes his handguards to reveal that he has the same little mark that he made on Naruto's hands on his hands. Then he takes out a blank piece of paper and instructs Naruto to look at the paper. When he does, Jiraiya draws a mark in the center of the paper and asks Naruto to look at it again. What's really interesting here is that Jiraiya points out that Naruto's eyes went all over the paper the first time. But with that simple mark, Naruto's eyes were probably looking directly at it.
Did your eyes also go all over the paper, guys? Did Jiraiya make you also feel stupid?
Yeah.
Because he made me feel stupid.
I remember reading this in the manga and it blew my fucking mind.
Oh, because it's fully just like there? My god.
Yeah. This focus, something that Naruto has lacked since the academy, could lead to unimaginable power if, Naruto just needs a target to focus on. So from now on, he has to focus his chakra in that thing on his hand. So Naruto continues training, and it's getting easier for him to make the rubber ball deflate, but he's not getting past that.
See, but I then felt like, okay, now this thing on his hand has made it a lot easier to do what he did before.
Yeah.
So then if he combines the thing on his hand with the ridiculous amount of chakra he used before, shouldn't that be the answer?
Well, I think he's probably still using that much chakra.
It's just focus chakra.
Really? We just can't see it anymore?
And it's just it's a little more routine now. But I feel like it's still hard to make another breakthrough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So another day passes. Jiraiya went back into town to gather information, and we kind of cut between all of the people that we're trying to pay attention to right now. Basically, Orochimaru and Kabuto set out from their lair. Jiraiya keeps asking about Tsunade as those two travel, and Naruto keeps training. But again, never able to do more than that whole. Jiraiya is also short on luck because he doesn't find anything about Tsunade, and Orochimaru is short on luck because he's raging because his arms hurt so bad as he travels with Kabuto, and he's like, damn it, Third Hokage, why'd you do this thing to my arms? So Jiraiya delivers Naruto a new bag of rubber balls. It's probably a day or a couple days later, and Naruto is furious that Jiraiya won't stay and hang out with him. Actually, Naruto asks to play catch. He's like, how about a little game of catch between master and student? Wouldn't that be cute? And Jiraiya's like, no. So Naruto throws a ball at Jiraiya, and then Jiraiya turns around, catches it in his mouth, goes, strike! And then spits it out. A weird moment.
Yeah.
A very
Really
weird moment.
weird.
And it's animated not how it's animated.
Yeah.
And he just spits it out, and he's like, yo, you're full of potential, Naruto, but you gotta figure this shit out for yourself. That night, somebody finally recognizes... So Jiraiya's been going around every night with a picture of Tsunade being like, do you know what this is? And somebody finally recognizes her. It's that man who was in charge of the gambling house 2 episodes ago.
Oh, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, and it's his little buddy with him, too. And he's like, oh, I know her. She, lost all this money, so you don't have to buy me a drink because I'm rich now. And he's like, oh, she went to Tanzaku Town, which is when it's like, oh, Orochimaru's looking for Tsunade because she's a legendary medic, too. What a crazy... Isn't that crazy? Just what a wacky, lineup of events.
I feel like I had figured that out, though, because didn't he say your opponent is one of the 3 legendary Sannin?
But this is when
I assumed the opponent was Jiraiya, who's also trying to find her.
But they don't know that Jiraiya's going to be there.
They don't.
Yeah,
No
so
one knows
maybe
that
I
Jiraiya's
just
around.
had a thing that accidentally was right.
Yeah, but
I
it was...
forgot that she was a Sannin, and I forgot that Orochimaru was a Sannin, so in my brain I'm like, oh, they're talking about Jiraiya.
Well, you were right, but for an importantly wrong reason.
Yeah.
Because it was forced, and maybe they wanted people to think it was Jiraiya, but it's important to remember, because, like, obviously, we don't see it, but, like, obviously it's going to come into play. But, like, these two parties, Orochimaru and Kabuto and Naruto and Jiraiya, don't know that they're both looking for the same person. Yeah. But basically Orochimaru believes that Tsunade is going to be able to restore the use of his arms. And though Kabuto warns that, she's probably not going to agree to it easily, it seems like Orochimaru has something up his sleeve that other than arms that don't work, am I right? But like something that's going to make her work with them. In Tanzuka Town, Tsunade hits the jackpot on a slot machine, and she's like, because she keeps winning, and Shizune's like, yo, this is great, we're winning all this shit, and Tsunade's like, no, me winning and gambling is definitely a bad sign. As Kabuto and Orochimaru approach Tanzuku Town, Kabuto discloses his knowledge on Tsunade because Kabuto was a member of the Leaf Village Medical Corps. Tsunade was, and this is a little bit of world info, the first person to suggest that one member of every 3-man squad should be a medical ninja, which sounds obvious, but like, if you've never done that before, it's still going to be revolutionary.
Yeah.
Orochimaru, though, almost like negging Tsunade, he's like, well, she only figured that out because there's been so many years of so much bloodbath, and like, there's been so many sacrifices for her to be able to do that. Not negging, really gaslighting, I guess. Anyways, Naruto continues to try and make himself concentrate, but all he can think of when he tries to picture his hand is Jiraiya's face when he had the ball in his mouth saying strike, which obviously...
Yeah, I mean, that was terrifying,
so
of course that's
wasn't it?
his brain.
And he's thinking about Jiraiya, and then he's like, damn it, Jiraiya, and then we cut to Jiraiya, and he sneezes, and he's like, ooh, someone must be talking about me, because that's like a thing.
So funny.
I did not know that.
It's like an old...
It's a superstition.
Yeah, that if someone's talking about you, you sneeze.
He was like, some ladies are interested in me.
Well, obviously he would be like that. Tsunade leaves the casino, and she's like stacked, and Shizune's like, why are you so down in the dumps? We've been winning, but again, Tsunade... It's like a bad omen because she loses all the time. So she's like, we got to get out of here as quickly as possible. Shizune protests because Tanzuku Town is known for its like tourist sites. There's this giant castle in it, and she's like, I want to explore. But Tsunade's like, bad idea. We should not do that. Meanwhile, Orochimaru is at some stairs at Tanzuku Town, but Orochimaru can barely even walk up them because he's in so much pain. And so they're like, we might have to use force against Tsunade because I really need these arms fixed up. Naruto is almost at his limit, and his headband falls off as he collapses to the ground. Jiraiya is watching nearby because, wait a second, you guys had seen these episodes. We know Jiraiya kind of watches over Naruto. I forgot about that too, though, when we were talking about it.
And you also forgot about the fact that he stole all of his money.
No, I shouldn't have stolen his money, but he is watching over him.
He is.
Yeah, and Naruto falls to the ground, and then all of these, breeze knocks down all these leaves. It's all nice and shit.
You know what? Let's theorize. Let's cut Jiraiya some slack. Maybe he didn't spend all the money. Maybe he's hiding it somewhere because
it was an illusion.
Because he knows if Naruto were to have money, he might be dissuaded from training,
right?
And will go to the town.
And maybe it's like, you know how fucking Itachi was like to Sasuke, hone your hatred, make it make you stronger. That's what Jiraiya's doing in Naruto.
Like, live without money for a second.
Hone your being broke, make it make you stronger.
Hone unemployment. Naruto.
make that.
I'm still mad at Jiraiya.
No, it's stupid. But
so a leaf lands on Naruto's head, and it gives him an idea, because he flashes back in the academy, where Iruka was yelling at him and all the boys, because I guess he hung out with Choji and Kiba and Shikamaru a little bit. Iruka was yelling at them for not concentrating enough. And Iruka placed a leaf on their foreheads, and he was like, build up your chakra there. That's an ancient technique for bolstering focus. But obviously, back in the day, the boys ran off, and Naruto was like, in the present, he's like, damn it, I wish I had listened. But he applies that principle from the past to his current situation and augments the mark on his hand into a leaf village symbol before concentrating on the rubber ball once more.
I just love Naruto and Kiba and Shikamaru and Choji. Yeah. The little goon squad is adorable.
Isn't that wild that was a thing?
I loved Choji and Naruto eating together.
Yes, that's so fun.
And Shikamaru and Naruto sleeping together, did it show that?
Yeah, dude, they're all friends.
I know.
They called them out each for like a different thing. It was like oh, I can't totally remember, but it was like, oh, you're so lazy, and like you would, and like
you're always
he
eating
can't sit
and-
still, and like
Yeah.
like I was
And
like,
you smell like a dog all the time.
Well, like they really grew up with each other.
Yeah.
I also was thinking about Iruka's voice actor because of the parody, and I was like, does he
It's-
actually sound like Jar Jar Binks? And I was like, no.
But kind of. Because when he's yelling, it's like a different voice.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like so different that I thought they switched voice actors. It was really strange. Anyways,
Yeah.
Shizune and Tsunade are at Tanzuka Castle, presumably on their way out though, because Tsunade didn't want to go there. And Tsunade's like, yo, Shizune, stop trying to look around and explore. We gotta get out of there. And as they walk away from the castle, Tsunade feels this chill.
This pissed me off. Fucking Chizune, annoying.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
Tsunade's like, we gotta go. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we want to see the castle. Shut
Here's
the
a question.
fuck up.
Who is Shizune to Tsunade?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who are you? And
Right?
who's the pig?
I hope they're
I love
lesbian
the
lovers.
Maybe.
That'd be great.
I do like how all of the Sannin just have same-sex lovers, I guess. Right?
I hate that you're implying that Naruto,
Naruto,
is
yeah, I was
Jiraiya's
thinking
same-sex
Jiraiya.
lover.
Whoa. But maybe.
That was
I was like, oh yeah, well,
Orochimaru
Orochimaru has
comes,
Kabuto.
and
Jiraiya
Tsunade's
has...
fucking Shizune, and so Jiraiya must...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He
Gama
does... What did he
Bunta.
call him that one time? You tight little egg or something?
Oh my god, I don't remember.
Something like that. Tight little boy body, he said, or something?
Yeah,
You
and he
recall,
did
you
call
recall.
him Little Egg.
Look,
Ew, I hate that. Okay.
maybe...
I was blocking it out.
Hey, love don't judge, as they say on Snapchat stories.
They do say that on Snapchat stories.
Yo, fuck Snapchat.
Yeah.
Every time I look through like people's stories, and you know you get ads, I keep getting ads for free Trump flags.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yo,
don't-
it's Trump and Mike Bloomberg I get mad ads for.
I just don't know why I keep getting fucking
It
Trump
sucks,
flag ads. They're like, cop a free flag, show you're an American.
bro,
It's
thanks.
like,
No,
no.
thank you.
Like,
Nah.
like really, no.
Yeah.
And it's never like the same one. There's just 3 different personalized ones.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
It is. It
Ew.
is. So while Tsunade walks away from the castle and she's like, whoa, something weird is going on in the castle, Naruto's focusing on the rubber ball like never before. He's picturing the leaf symbol, and we see like, it's kind of cool. The screen goes white and the leaf symbol is in the center, and then this chakra like swarms around it, and finally he makes it pop with such force that he's blown back across the forest violently. Almost like the guy when he was hit by the jutsu when Jiraiya did it. But that isn't the only explosion we see, because at Tanzuku Castle, it fucking explodes and just crumbles in front of Tsunade.
Which, like, in what world is like, oh, I need her help. Like, my childhood friend, I need her help. Let me explode the thing that she's looking at. Like, this, like, national
Okay,
treasure.
first
like,
of all,
what?
Orochimaru is flamboyantly flamboyant.
Yes.
Two flamboyants in a row is how flamboyant he is. He loves drama.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
a theater
but,
kid.
Think about him in the Forest
stop.
of Death.
Like, she's not going to want to help you after that.
No, but he
Like,
just wants to make
approach
an
her
entrance. Have you seen
nicely.
Megamind?
No, he doesn't want her to like she doesn't want to help him.
Of course she doesn't want to help him, but maybe if he was nice about it.
Yeah, but
no,
she
maybe.
No,
He's-
but maybe if he makes an entrance,
She
she'll
doesn't
be
know
like,
what's happened.
Yes, she
Wow.
does.
Been off the map.
Actually, she might not.
She might not.
No,
she doesn't know what's
no,
going on. Maybe
following right
Orochimaru
after,
is
she
fine.
sees him and goes, "Oh, it's because the thing is, regardless of whether or not she knows what happened, this has been a long-standing thing. You can't be in a group because they were in a group together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he deserted.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
She definitely knows that he deserted, but maybe not that what happened
Yeah,
between him and the third.
maybe she's
what I'm saying.
not
But I
super
don't know,
against him. Like,
are
they
you-
were childhood friends. Like, she might help him out if he was nice about it. Why did he
I don't
explode the
know.
fucking
Because
castle?
Jiraiya fully Jiraiya, as much shit as we give him for like going to do research, he was the one who told Kakashi, "Hey, there's a group called the Akatsuki. I've been hunting down for months now."
Yeah.
Tsunade fully she has some fuck shit, right? She's fucked, but like there's like enough believability in the world to think that she's aware of what's going on,
But
especially if your master
I
just
agree with
died.
you, but I also think there's enough
also
believability that
possible
she could not know any of it.
No, exactly.
Okay.
So
Like,
he
'cause
may as well take the chance and be nice about it. Rather, I'm mad.
No, get angry.
Rather than just like, I don't know, like pissing her off
but
instantly
I'm
and
just
like
saying, like,
not having
okay,
a
well,
chance
first
to
of all-
hurt
Well, she didn't want to
herself.
see that
Yeah,
castle.
Tsunade
care.
didn't want to look at the castle.
That's true.
Orochimaru was doing her a
Orochimaru
favor.
was walking up and was gonna be like, all right, let's just go say hi. And then Orochimaru overheard that Shizune
Oh my
was like,
God.
let's stay at this castle. And Tsunade was like, bitch, we
Stop.
have to leave this castle. And so Orochimaru was like, I've got it. I'll do it.
I have a great
I
icebreaker.
happen to have a gigantic snake right with me.
Right betwixt my legs.
That's funny. I like that
True.
idea.
Yeah, so it's just them doing them a favor. So yeah, the castle crumbles, and we go back to Naruto and Jiraiya rushes over to Naruto, and he's like, fucking Naruto's hands are burned up from the intensity of the chakra of that move that he just did. But all the same, he mastered the second step. So Naruto's like, yo, can I get that third step, buddy? And then Jiraiya's like, no, we have to wait for now because we have to go meet with Tsunade. And then we see Tsunade and Orochimaru on a giant snake with Kabuto comes down and they appear. No, it's sort of fun. And they're like, hey, actually they don't say anything. They just appear on that giant snake. Yes, and that's the end of the episode. Jiraiya and Naruto are going to go to Tsunade, and fucking Tsunade just got cut up to by Orochimaru. What's the feel? What's the vibe?
So far, I'm mad at Jiraiya and Orochimaru.
These episodes fucking sucked.
Yeah?
They were so goddamn boring and so filled with...
I fell asleep a few times.
We've established Naruto can be really cartoony, but it can be cartoony and really fun, you know? This wasn't fun. I think the most fun I had with these episodes is... I don't think we talked about it, but when they first started doing the training for the toilet swirl jutsu, Jiraiya just gives him a balloon and says... Here, have a balloon. And that made me laugh uncontrollably for like 12 minutes straight. And then I just didn't laugh afterward. I didn't laugh. I didn't feel. Maybe the popsicle scene, but other than that...
I was just so bored at that point.
Yeah,
I was like,
so bored. It
Eat your
dragged
fucking
down the rest.
I did there was one point when they're eating the popsicle and Jiraiya's going through
and he's talking with his mouth full.
No.
Sorry.
And Naruto has a popsicle and he's sucking on it like a tit. And he's looking up at Jiraiya and he's like, And I was like, what?
I noticed the mouthful thing where the popsicle was just kind of standing there while he was talking.
Yeah, and he, the voice actor was doing it with their mouth full, and it, I don't know, I thought that was cool acting. Orochimaru's new outfit is fucking straight drip. It's insane.
Facts.
Find
me somebody else that can pull off having their arms wrapped like that.
Yeah, no, for real.
One.
Orochimaru's fucking fashion is so fire. And I'm glad that they're not wearing some random grass Genin's clothes anymore. Yeah. That was weird. That was weird.
He was rocking that too.
Oh, yeah. And if he wants to go back to Purple Rope at any point, I support it. I'm down with it.
That's funny.
But the new outfit.
Out of the three Sannin, best dressed.
Yeah.
Do you think Kabuto styles him?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, but Jiraiya's kind of got his fit's kind of fire too.
No, I feel like Jiraiya smells.
I agree.
I mean,
he does smell.
But that has nothing to do with how he looks.
No, because he just because wash his clothes.
But he's picked out
still
one
looks
good outfit.
Good, though. It just
you know who else smells?
He does smell.
Fucking
Wait,
guy.
canonically he smells because fucking Naruto woke up next to him and he was like, "Bro, get some fucking mouthwash."
Oh god, yeah. Guy smells.
Yeah.
Are you ready
in that leotard, bro?
In the leotard?
No.
He doesn't take it off.
I think he smells
Wait, did we talk about what they smelled like?
Man is smelly, bro.
No, bro. It's like chopping wood. It's like doing
chopping wood and sweaty balls.
It's like Abraham Lincoln building a log cabin. That's what Guy smells like to me.
Also, Abraham Lincoln was probably sweating while building a log cabin.
All right,
it's hard work.
I don't know what your beef is right now, Katie, but if you're gonna shit on Abraham Lincoln, all right, relax.
Yeah, wow.
I'm not shitting on him. I
don't ever see a fucking penny in your hand again, you asshole.
Katie,
I have so many pennies in my pocket.
I don't see a penny in your hand ever again.
I have so many pennies in my pocket.
Yeah, I hide them around the school sometimes. If you find pennies just in weird places. Yeah.
Are you the penny goblin?
Yes.
Fuck. That's weird.
I feel like I'm being watched all the time.
That's bizarre. It is kind of cool, though, that Orochimaru and Kabuto, independently of Jiraiya and Naruto, are both going to go find Tsunade.
Yeah.
Right after we got rid of the Akatsuki for a little bit. Immediately, it was, just happened to be that Tsunade's a good medical person.
It is very cool when they write TV shows that work out and line up.
Well, no, because, it isn't, I think that the fact that the Akatsuki showed up when they did is kind of shitty. That doesn't narratively make a ton of sense. I mean, other than the fact that the Leaf Village just got attacked so their defenses were weaker. That's not this was set up for a long time. For ages, it's been Tsunade's an amazing medical ninja, and we know that she has a relationship with Orochimaru. I think that's a very interesting, natural way to create another conflict for this arc.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. As always, we have to do some patron shout-outs, which is, woo, yes, the best. These people are amazing. Our getting tier shout-out this week is for Cherry Shoot, I think is how you say their last name.
Woo! Yes, Cherry!
Yeah,
wonderful,
Cherry's fire. They're
I recognize
really cool.
from Twitter, very, very fun person.
Yeah, and they're awesome in the Discord.
In the Discord,
yeah. They talked to me about Boruto for a while in BoruTalk, which is always good because I feel like I need Boruto therapy when I read that shit. My roommate's reading it now, which is crazy, but yeah, Boruto sucks. So it's good to talk to somebody about how much it does. The tuning tier, we have Dave Mata, of course, as always. Amazing.
Daddy Dave.
Love his little haircut.
Yes.
That's great. We have Pro Hendrix, who's amazing.
Woo!
Oh, shit. And we have, I forgot to listen. This guy, we've been saying his name wrong. And I forgot to listen to. He DM'd us and was like, "Can you say my name this way?" Actually,
I'll just play it.
and so yeah.
Yeah.
I figure I'll just listen to that right now. Doesn't seem to be playing is the only thing. I would like to know how to say this guy's name is the only thing if we're gonna, because he helps support the podcast. But I don't know how to make a thing play on Instagram. I think it's just not playing. All right, if you can figure that out.
Turn the sound on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a really long time this morning.
It just mutes it if the sound's not on?
Well, if your volume isn't up, I just kept playing it without my volume being up and was like, it's not working. But I just...
All right, well let me shout out our Joni patrons really quick. We have Janie J, incredible, amazing person. I love their Instagram. They've been traveling lately. Nick Astor, we'll get back to him. We've got some big news about him coming up. He's amazing. And Stephen B, of course, great, amazing person.
Woo.
They're talking about Switch in the Discord. Just trying to get personal,
This is just not playing. Am I bugging? It's not happening.
All right, well, I really want to say this person's name, but I don't know how to pronounce it is the only thing. I can switch to data. Maybe it'll work better than the Wi-Fi.
I just tried that. It just doesn't.
For real?
Yeah, it doesn't.
God damn. All right, well, look. Reach out to us, and usually we can hear it. Maybe just not this specific time. But the point is you can do that at NaruTalkPod@gmail.com. Our Reddit is r/NaruTalk. Facebook is NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast. YouTube is NaruTalkPod. Instagram and Twitter both at NaruTalkPod. Our website is narutalk.wordpress.com. And above all, our Patreon is www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. There's tiers on that. There's a Discord that we have where we message people. And people send really cool shit in the Discord. Like, we have this one person whose screen name is Nav. I don't know... I don't know what their real name is because it's hard to keep people's names and their screen names straight. But they've been training to become a nurse, and today they just did that.
Oh, yes. Okay. Congratulations,
Yeah.
That's amazing. They thanked our podcast for helping them get through the semester, and just the fact that someone was going through this journey and used us to help them get through their hard times and stuff means so much, and we're so very much proud of you.
Genuinely beautiful.
And,
that's so amazing.
and I hope the career goes insanely well.
Yeah.
And you.
Hey, it just said it. It's Luis.
Oh wait, please throw up to. Does it?
Well, that's it. That's the shout out.
Let's Nav, you're wonderful.
Oh, you
Thank you
are
for supporting
amazing.
us.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna switch it back to
Luis,
our wonderful patron, who's an amazing supporter. Who we've been saying your name wrong. We're very sorry for that. But
that's
this point forward, we're gonna get
here we
better.
are. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Only up from here, baby.
Bonus episodes is a Rio Radio that came out sometime.
Really
and one that's
really
come
fun
out
stuff.
soon. Yeah, it happens. Any amount of money is appreciated. Just go there, chucking a buck, whatevs. Links for all that shit's in the description, and here's some shit that people said.
All right, so I guess I'll go first. From Twitter user @FelixBetos, they said, "Thank you for existing. Your guys' opinions make this a great podcast, and even if it's a Naruto podcast, you guys find a way to talk about a lot of interesting other topics. Love you guys from Quebec. And by the way, I play Storm 4. Am I a bad person? Yes.
Right now, yes. Once April hits and we get it on Switch, maybe not. We'll see if our opinion changes.
But thank you so much for supporting us and writing in. I love it when everyone's like, "Oh, I'm from this place and I'm from that." We got a patron user from Denmark today.
I
know. That's insane.
Incredible. Yeah.
I'm genuinely so
we're
all so appreciative of you.
Over here,
and
we love you all.
Go play Storm 3.
Yeah, play Storm 3. It's just better.
What are you doing?
The full burst edition, but play Storm 3.
Play Storm 3.
Yeah. Anything else?
I have one from an Instagram user, Keegan_B29.
Love it.
They put like a little waving emoji and said, "Just want to say that I love this podcast. It's super funny. I'm a longtime listener since first episode, and I want y'all to stay awesome."
Well, we try. We try. Well, thank you so much for listening. Hello from us. Morgan?
I have one from Facebook user Tyler Mulder.
Cool.
It was a recommendation, and they said, great podcast. They really dive in and make you feel like you're watching it again for the first time. It brings back some great memories and feelings of nostalgia. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I like that. That's really cute.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, man, is to hear what these cats say and be like, "Oh shit, I felt that same way back in the day." So rate, subscribe, whatever you do, wherever you are. Give us 5 stars in the podcast app. It's really easy, but you have to write a review at the same time, otherwise it doesn't do it as well. And so to incentivize that, we read out all these 5-star reviews on the podcast. For example, here's one from WSSXDDXXDRCCCC, who said,
I love that name so much.
their review was titled Best Podcast, and they said, "Sup, I'm writing this while listening to episode 9 and found out me and Liam both have little brothers named Eli. Thought that was cool from a fellow weeb." That is cool. That's
That is
totally
pretty
dope.
cool.
Yeah.
Eli's
name.
cool.
It's a fire name to have your little brother be named, I must say. So tell your friends about this podcast, get them listening, whatevs, convert the non-weebs to weebs. That's how it goes. Or the weebs to non-weebs. We kind of talk a lot of shit about anime on this, to be honest. And about Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, pretty regularly. But, you know, whatevs. Big ups to Glenn Federico and Alec Caruso. They make all of our arts and logos
The
and
best.
stuff. Next Monday is episodes 89, 90, and 91, and it starts sort of a little special arc for us. Nick Astor is joining us for the next 3 main feed episodes and a Rio Radio. So join us for that very special guest host. It's like a little arc. He is so goddamn funny.
Nick opened up for us when we did our first live show all the way back then. That's crazy how long ago that was.
Yeah.
But Nick is stupid funny, an amazing person, threw a wonderful birthday party recently, invited us all, and we had a great time.
It was amazing.
We love you, Nick, and we can't wait to have you on, and we
So
can't wait for
excited.
you all to experience Nick Astor.
Yeah, it's going to be super funny.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of those episodes if you watch ahead, and stay tuned for that because it's really going to be hype. Until then, thank you all so much for listening, and as always,
Be safe, have fun, believe it.